Yo, the world is cold, but I'm on to love. I said the world is cold, but I'm on to love. Yo, the world is cold, but I'm on to love. If you see me staring at you, better not cool up. Cause yo, the world is cold, but I'm on to love. I said the world is cold, but I'm on to love. Yo, the world is cold, but I'm on to love. If you see me staring at you, better not cool up. I said the world.
Your Collision main event scheduled for one fall is a Blue League matchup in the Continental Classic Tournament. Introducing first, weighing in at 285 pounds, honoring the House of Black, Brody King.
Tony Nigel, not that he needs it, but Brody King will not have any help from the outside, from the House of Black, or he would get disqualified, and that would cost him points. And obviously, you cannot risk that type of loss here in this early stage of this tournament.
In a night, Kevin, where the House of Black has already made a profound impact on this program with the wins by Malachi Black and Buddy earlier in that tag team match, and then Julia Hart getting the win, then the interruption of FTR. Now here he comes, Eddie Kingston.
And his opponent from Yonkers, New York, weighing at 242 pounds. He is the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Openweight Champion and the Ring of Honor World Champion, Eddie Kingston.
He may be announced that way, but he has ostensibly relinquished both of those titles which were on the table at ringside. Among my words, he neither looked at either of those titles. So Kingston has to win the tournament to claim those titles back. So I know it's a step up from layaway, and I know you've got to admire Eddie Kingston Bulls.
We take a look at those titles, and of course the belt in the center that has yet to be revealed is the crown jewel, if you will, when you look at the winner of this tournament. The winner of the Continental Classic will receive what I've been told is a beautiful championship belt.
Absolutely, and of course it'll be our very first AEW Triple Crown champion who comes away with the winner in the tournament. The finals coming up at World's End on pay-per-view on Saturday, December 30th. Tickets are available at AEWTIX.com. We already know that MJF and Samoa Joe will battle for the AEW World title that night. And the championship of this prestigious tournament will take place as well, the Continental Classic.
Back to tonight. A battle of pride, a battle of egos. They don't come much bigger ego-wise than Eddie Kingston.
Oh, man.
It's bigger in terms of physicality than Brody King.
Well, Eddie ate that chop, a chop of his own.
We saw earlier tonight Castagnoli earning the first 3 points in the Blue League. The other two members of the league, Andrade El Idolo and Bryan Danielson. Speaking of the poster child for osteoporosis, good thing he's been given the night off tonight because, you know, 206 bones in the human body. He's going to run out pretty soon.
Come on.
Into the rib cage. Brody with a big sledgehammer blow between the shoulder blades on that one.
How about that sledgehammer? And of course, with a broken wrist that he suffered back. That was during the matchup at Wembley.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, didn't get surgery, instead elected to choose to wear that cast. Far braver than Bryan Danielson, and certainly far more effective.
Oh! Cannonball from that massive man from one side to the other. Unbelievable. And he can do
King,
that.
Absolutely imposing, fearsome and irascible. As the official now, Paul Turner, begins his count.
Nigel, you mentioned Wembley. Do not forget that tickets for Wembley go on sale to the general public December 1st. Pre-sale tickets begin on Monday. You must register at ticketmaster.co.uk/AEW Wembley 2024 to get pre-registered for the pre-sale. August 25th, 2024. Mark that date down. all in London.
We all saw Eddie Kingston's head rattle off the barricade. And the menacing, big bad Brody King is on the hunt.
Whoa, oh yeah. Kingston thought about it for a second, didn't he? All right, you're gonna chop me, I'll chop you back. Then he thought about it a second time. Okay.
Eddie Kingston spent 5 weeks of his summer in proverbial hell, taking the best shot of everybody during New Japan's round-robin tournament. But in a shorter, more intense, hungry field, 6 in each league, drop toe hold, face first, goes Brody King. Kingston is going to take everybody's best shot. There's a huge target on Eddie Kingston.
No question about it, and that's the way Kingston likes it. But Kingston was a young man to whom wrestling was his savor. One of the early tape traders in pro wrestling. It was always his dream to compete in Japan. So to go there and to win a title, Japan strong title, and then to potentially give that title up. Oh no! This tournament!
Crossbody! Eddie Kingston smashed against the safety rail. There you hear Paul Turner get inside the ring. I don't know if Eddie can or not. He's gonna maybe need some help, Nigel.
Yeah.
Here it is once again,
This
man.
is the reason why Kingston waving off there. You see the impact.
Yeah, his head.
His body just, it was like he was crushed by a freight truck against a wall.
And right now, Brody King is not done. You know, Eddie can take a punch. We know that. Look at this. He's still on his feet, swinging wildly. We are not surprised at all at the physicality of this match.
No doubt about it. Of course, fans have asked if you are caught outside and are counted out, you would lose that match. If both men are counted out, it's 1 point each.
Right.
But hardly worthy of effort. So you want to go for 3 points. You want to go for that win.
In my mind, if I was in a match, I would save that opinion, though, until later in the match. You get a little too keen too early, you can get caught.
Big senton that time, hitting the ropes on the left side. And fans, this is a very important match in the Continental Classic in the Blue League. And it continues in picture. Stay with us.
Just a 1 count as Brody King is showing the way to Eddie Kingston.
You may have heard Kingston scream that time, "My ribs." And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Eddie Kingston gets a second wind.
Look at that.
Well, that's...
You know,
Wow. Well, Brody
Kingston
King,
stunned.
Brody King was bleeding buckets and full gear in that ladder match, and still has the scars of battle.
Yeah.
For him to come out of the gates like this and own and dominate what is essentially the Ring of Honor champion and the New Japan Strong champion, that speaks to just how tough Brody King is. This man rampaged and pillaged Southern California for a decade.
Big hammer throw from the center of the ring. Eddie hit hard, and now Paul Turner's checking in. You got to wonder how much more punishment Eddie can take from this big man. I've seen Eddie take a lot of punishment, but I don't know if you've seen him taken from a guy this size or not.
Have you seen him quit?
Never.
And the middle finger of defiance and a wave telling Brody King to bring it back towards him is all the attitude we'd expect from Eddie Kingston.
Kingston constantly trash talking his opponent. Whether he's up or down, it doesn't matter for Eddie Kingston. He's talking.
Yeah, that's all Eddie Kingston. That's all what he's about, Nigel, right?
You come from Yonkers, you talk your way out of some problems, and sometimes you talk your way into them. Hold on, looking for the exploder. No chance against a man the size of King.
Had no leverage with King up against the ropes. You know, when you look at what King has done now with Eddie Kingston coming into this tournament with a hot hand. After that very controversial loss, remember in that Memphis street fight?
Sure.
Basically was a 5-on-1. Kingston is undefeated, 6-0 since then.
As late as the defense at Ring of Honor at Full Gear's 0 hour against Jay Lethal.
Lethal said that Kingston was no champion and he was destroying the legacy of Ring of Honor. We'll find out.
Come on, down.
And you're looking live at the Continental Classic Blue League. Eddie Kingston and Big Brody King of the House of Black battling it out here at the Peterson Event Center. Big superplex. Eddie hit hard. You can hear him cry out in pain. Take a look at the power of Brody King, Nigel.
Incredible, taking the Ring of Honor and the New Japan Strong Champion down to the mat. We saw earlier in the match how the big bad Brody King had focused on the midsection, the ribs, crushing Kingston against the guardrail on the outside. The superplex from the top, not going to help that.
Right now, Brody King just stalking Eddie Kingston. Right now, Eddie has absolutely no defense. Look at this. He can't even get his hands up, Kevin, for this.
Well, it's going to be a victory for Brody King if Kingston can't do anything. And
yeah, he just collapsed.
All right, so now Paul Turner has to make a decision, a determination.
Right, exactly.
And a referee hates to be in this spot. In a main event, in a tournament like this, oh, I don't want to have to make that call to wave it off. Oh.
Kingston could barely run from the corner. Oh!
There you see on Wednesday, Mark Briscoe against Rouge. That's coming live from the Target Center on Dynamite. Jay White against Swerve Strickland.
Can't wait for that one.
In the Gold League. And John Moxley, Jay Lethal. All 3 matches live Wednesday on TBS on AEW Dynamite. 8/7 Central for the Target Center, Minneapolis. And out of nowhere, a desperation move by Kingston, and it worked.
So both men down.
Wow. Where did he get that from?
Kingston still talking to his opponent. This man is something else.
Amazing. Fans are chanting Eddie's name. He's trying valiantly to pull himself up, using the middle rope. The big Brody King is already up. Here comes Eddie.
Told you earlier tonight. Hey.
Oh, machine gun chops.
Kenta Kobashi and all of his descendants.
Here comes the exploder if he can get the leverage like you talked about earlier.
I don't think so. There's some leverage for you.
Yeah, big German Eddie.
Look at that. Trying to use the adrenaline to get back to his feet. But Kingston's on spaghetti legs.
Wait a minute, Paul Turner just said, I'm watching you, I'm watching you.
Oh, there it is.
Hurricane. Got him. 1, 2. No, he didn't win it with the Hurricane.
Wow, Eddie Kingston has beaten a lot of men with a spinning back fist.
Wow.
Understandably stunned. Let's see if we can take another look at this. Here we go. Just watch this. Lying in wait. And then boom! Right to the jaw. You saw the way that King went down hard, but still alive in this match.
Oh, the physicality. And Eddie Kingston is absolutely amazing that he could even come back, even connect that back fist.
Well, that's certainly Kingston's ace in the hole, that spinning back fist. But as I said, he's beaten a lot of men with it. Not Brody King, not tonight. Is tonight that the house wins.
Head to head, forehead to forehead, they come back up. Brody. Oh.
Okay.
Kingston says again. What the hell? Brody again. Kingston. Brody. Kingston can barely stop. Where does he get this from?
Oh, Kingston struggling. Oh, no, he's not.
Oh. My God, what a, if I can use this word, collision that we are having here.
Head of steam.
Oh, Eddie goes to the feet. Nicely done. It's a Guri. DDT!
Spiked him.
1, 2, 3. No, not 3 yet. This is an incredible match.
Just like we saw earlier with Lee Moriarty and Keith Lee, did you see how Eddie Kingston broke Brody King down station by station? To the leg. That got him bent over at the waist. Able to hit him then with the enziguri.
Right.
Got the near fall. It's not enough to put Brody King away yet, but he has to continue to do this type of stage work, one piece at a time.
This Continental Classic in the Blue League, one of the most incredible main events we have had in a long, long time here on Collision. One man could walk away with 3 points. Let's see who it is. Kingston to the attack again, reaches in. Can he get Brody up?
I don't think so. Certainly not this late in the match.
Big
If I was
clubbing.
Kingston, I'd look for that spinning back fist again, but yeah, I don't think so. No, not tonight, Eddie.
No, but Brody just extends the hips. Brody stumbles over Eddie.
But King is first on his feet.
Oh, boy! Brody King!
He called for it before. Brody King is name and homage to the legendary Bruiser Brody and the exemplary Brody Lee. Here he does them both honor. Oh, hold on.
Eddie Kingston! Big C. Big...
And got him! Oh, my!
The Exploder! Eddie got him!
No.
Half and half!
Oh.
Eddie Kingston twice! Got the big man up!
Brody King back up on his feet twice.
Oh! Saito suplex! 1, 2, no! Oh, Eddie Kingston.
No.
Where did he get this
Kingston
from?
gave Brody King everything he could. He hit him with a spinning back fist, the exploder, the backdrop driver, all an homage to the legends that he grew up on in Japan, and none of it was enough.
We are less than 5 minutes remaining in the time limit. Less than 5 remain. If it goes to a draw, both will get 1 point. But 3 points for victory. Imperative here in the Continental Classic.
Oh, unbelievable what we're watching. These two men just pushing each other man to the unbelievable limit.
This is the time to swing for the fences.
It sure is.
Oh, watch this.
Oh!
Crammed him.
What? His foot's under the rope.
Yeah, the official saw it. Paul Turner noticed.
No, that's a great call. Great call, Paul.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Oh, my God. Who is going to win this thing?
Take a look here at the positioning after the pile driver. You can see Brody King try to position himself between his opponent and the bottom rope. What he didn't plan for was the other leg of Eddie Kingston underneath the bottom rope.
Brody back to his feet first. Eddie just staggering over towards him, almost as if Eddie cannot even barely stand. He
is out on his feet.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's like a drunken Yonkers on Christmas Eve.
And he's telling Brody, just come on, bring it. And Brody is bringing it.
Goodbye, Eddie.
He said, goodbye, Eddie. Eddie ducked it.
There he is. Nigel, there it was.
He's still on his feet.
Brody hit the
Brody
rope.
King is still on his feet.
Big kick, pump kick.
He's got him.
Dante's in front. Dante's in 1, 2, 3.
There it is.
Winner of this match, Brody King.
Oh my God.
Wow. Holy smokes, what have we just seen? This is what the Continental Classic is all about. And Kevin, let's take a look at the results for the Blue tonight.
With victories tonight, with Claudio Castagnoli defeating Daniel Garcia, Brody King beating Eddie Kingston, and let's take a look at the gold standings from Wednesday on Dynamite.
Moxley, Swerve Strickland, Jay White, each with 3 each with wins. And tonight, the Continental Classic pulled out all the stops. Next week in the Blue Division, here on, we are going to see Eddie Kingston against Bryan Danielson. And Brody is going to take on Claudio Garcia against Andrade El Idolo. On Wednesday, in the Gold League, Mark Briscoe against Rooch. And that's live on TBS on Wednesday night. Jay White against Swerve Strickland. And we are going to see Jon Moxley against Jay Lethal. Live on Dynamite, 8/7 Central on TBS. Wow!
The story tonight, Eddie Kingston perhaps takes one step away from the titles he holds.
Good night, everybody!
Your Collision main event scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit is a blue league match in the Continental Classic Tournament. Introducing first from Aberdeen, Washington, weighing in at 197 pounds, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
Don't look at me like that, Tony. I promise I will not make any pirate jokes whatsoever. But someone does need to tell Bryan that Halloween's over.
Ladies and gentlemen, the championship, the final match of this incredible Continental Classic will happen at World's End, our final pay-per-view of 2023, Saturday night, December 30th. Tickets on sale now. If you want to come out to the historic Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum, that is on Long Island in Uniondale, New York, exclusively on pay-per-view, AEWTIX.com. You want to be a part of it live.
And his opponent from Yonkers, New York, weighing in at 242 pounds, he is the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Openweight Champion and the Ring of Honor World Champion, Eddie Kingston.
Oh, and Kingston sitting at 0 has been a burn his saddle all week. A crisis of confidence, perhaps. Some old habits returning as Eddie Kingston maybe starting to sink into some depression, but is going to try to fight his way out of it.
Kingston said, humble in victory, humble in defeat. But they say pride comes before the fall. Perhaps humility is the thief of greatness, because Bryan said humble, victory or defeat. He is never humble. You can certainly back that point up.
It's time for our main event, the Blue League match, and you are taking a look at two of the most unique men ever. 20-minute time limit. We'll stay with it as long as it takes, we understand, from Tony Khan. So even if up to the 20 minutes, which would go, of course, past the top of the hour. So stay with us. Remember, if it's 20-minute time limit draw, it'll be 1 point for each man. And like you said, Kevin, this is the first match in the tournament for Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, Bryan is, again, he'll eventually get to the same number of matches. Everybody's going to wrestle 5 times in this round-robin tournament. But that means a little compressed schedule down the stretch.
Do you think there's any pressure on the Clam Digger after Castagnoli was unable to add 3 points to his tally earlier today?
I think that Bryan has to look at this one match at a time, but when you see Brody King already 3 points ahead of you, one match in hand, yeah, I think it is going to add some pressure.
There you see back-to-back nights coming up next week in Montreal for AEW. Love to see you there, but right now, Bryan Danielson
keeping his distance from Eddie Kingston, just throwing strike after strike. Very interesting strategy for someone who obviously can't gauge his range when you only got one eye.
Right. Eddie,
very limited.
Moving in now with the rapid-fire blows in the midsection. Bryce Remsburg is the referee for this matchup. Bryan Danielson had a broken arm out of Forbidden Door in his match against Okada. And then, 4 months later, the broken orbital bone. So he has had his share of injuries, but as resilient and determined as Bryan Danielson is, he is back in there ready to go.
By the way, won both of those matches with the broken arm, with the broken orbital bone.
That's right.
And defeated Eddie Kingston in their one and only singles meeting in AEW back October 27th, 2021. World title eliminator. Man, it was brutal, it was beautiful, and it was a referee stoppage out of the triangle choke that led Danielson to the win.
Yeah, and it propelled Danielson to the finals of that eliminator tournament. He went on to win it. And then, oh, Lordy.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
Danielson went on to an incredible, memorable time limit draw with world champion Hangman Adam Page. That winner is coming.
I tell you how much I love Eddie Kingston.
Not lately.
That was stiff, boys. Very tentative. Danielson has him down.
Nice block there by Danielson.
Of course, Danielson's view has to be limited by the eye patch, but not the first time he's worn an eye patch, Kevin.
No, going back in his ROH days, of course, you were there with Takeshi Morishima. Destroyed his eye. Man, oh man.
So he's had his injuries as Danielson, but he is still one of the greatest wrestlers in the world. Eddie Kingston.
Danielson, I don't know if this is the greatest strategy. You throw against Kingston. Oh, right to the arm.
Yeah.
Oh, right to the damaged arm. Yep.
That's exactly what he did. And right now, Bryce Remsburg is checking.
Hold on.
Oh, he fooled him.
I don't think so. I think he really was hurt.
Really?
But he was, at the same time, he knew that if he laid him weight, Kingston was going to come and he could take him down.
Yeah, good call. You are probably right.
Bryan Danielson is a broken man.
If he's a broken
Goes
man,
down, 204 to go.
if he's a broken man, Nigel, that's broken man is throwing some hellacious kicks.
Well, I'll give him this. He's still got the eye of the tiger, but he's got the bones of a senior citizen.
Oh, stop it. Oh, down go the straps from Eddie Kingston. Oh, Lordy.
Kingston's a masochist.
Yeah, Kingston tried to get up, could not.
Kingston tried some of this last week with Brody King. King was able to get the victory.
I'm amazed at both men. The resiliency of Danielson and the never cover one, never die, never say quit of Eddie Kingston. Just we are taking, as I said earlier, two of the most unique athletes I've ever called matches for.
Think about, too, what all of this represents. The winner you talked about, Continental Classic at World's End, live on pay-per-view Saturday, December 30th. Crowning of a modern American Triple Crown, and what that meant in All Japan in the 90s, Misawa, and all the great athletes, even into the latter years with Satoshi Kojima, all battling for that Triple Crown.
For real fans of real professional wrestling, this is the tournament everybody is talking about.
Kingston won the ROH World title at Grand Slam.
No, he thought about it.
He wanted to.
And now Eddie.
If you've ever been knocked silly, you'll be familiar with that feeling. You think you're okay, and then when you stand up, your legs aren't.
Uh-oh, watch out. Watch out.
Here we go.
Eddie holding on as best he can into that kick found its mark. Look at the face of Kingston.
I don't like where Danielson could be sending Kingston.
Kingston fighting back though from the outside. Kingston, Danielson, oh, and he goes to the legs.
Watch out, watch out.
Definitely coming our way.
Eddie fooled him.
Oh, back suplex on the floor.
Hit the back of the head of Danielson. This is the Blue Lead match in the Continental Classic and continues in picture-in-picture. That was a hell of a move by Eddie, guys, getting out of the way that time when Danielson scooted underneath.
Looks like it hurt Eddie's neck as well.
Yeah.
Take another look if we can. Let's see how both competitors land here. They buried it back on the outside. Danielson was higher, but yet you can see a very awkward landing for Kingston as well.
Sure. Rocked both men's head. And right now, here we go.
Yeah, the official Bryce Remsburg starts his count. Up to 2.
Oh, Eddie.
Oh, yes.
Digs in with a big right-handed chop.
That's your wheelhouse, Eddie.
How much leeway how much leeway is referee Bryce Remsburg going to give these two? And Kingston kind of takes it out
How
of
many bones
conversation.
are there in a rib cage, fellas?
Quite enough.
Right. Plenty to break there, Eddie. Oh,
You look
yes.
at Kobashi and Misawa and all of the great athletes that competed for this Triple Crown a generation ago. And Eddie Kingston wants his name on that list, but so does Stop Your Rooting.
Look at this. Come on.
The partisan destruction of Bryan Danielson.
I love professional wrestling, and this is professional wrestling at its finest. Come on.
Well, so much for the table and so much for the chest of Bryan Danielson. Holy smokes.
I don't want to touch anything for fear
It'll collapse.
it'll just get worse.
That's right. The physicality of this match has been incredible.
This is must win for Eddie Kingston. He's put both of his titles on the line, and you have to think if he comes out of the first two matches in this league with 0 points, he can kiss those titles goodbye.
He goes to Collision next Saturday night, and he's on the bubble.
Yes, he would go to Collision with a must win.
Yes, because of Brody King's victory earlier on. Kingston must win here. Oh, my goodness.
Are you surprised that Danielson tried a headbutt with his orbital bone like that?
No. Should we be?
Well, never too smart.
This match in the Continental Classic continues in the Blue League live on TNT on Collision. And what a battle it has been. Kingston, Danielson, not backing down an inch from either man. Eddie fighting to try to get on the scoreboard actually for the first time. Danielson in his first match. And a headbutt coming.
Oh, gotta be careful.
You're right, he does have to be careful with that orbital bone that is just healed. By the way, Bryan Danielson just got his clearance to be able to get back in the ring, and he is not letting up at all.
Bryan Danielson gutted through the pain of a broken arm in victory over Kazuchika Okada at Forbidden Door in the subsequent surgery, and now the same situation. Overcoming the surgery after the orbital bone. How about Wednesday?
Continues on Wednesday. Swerve Strickland, Mark Briscoe. One of the matches. Jay White, Jay Lethal. Another match live as we'll be in Montreal. John Moxley and Rooch will be the third of the matches. Timeless Toni Storm defends her Women's World title against Sky Blue. And of course, MJF and Samoa Joe take on the Devil's Masked Man. Live Wednesday, 8/7 Central. Don't forget,
most important.
Yeah, Christian Cage, Adam Copeland for the TNT Championship.
Hold on a second, look at this, Bryan.
He's
trying for the lapel lock, but he can't complete.
Trying to get it.
Very awkward now positioning.
Now,
there it is.
There you go.
Doesn't have the left arm hammerlock, though.
That's right, that's a good call.
Not going to get the full stretch on the shoulder, but that might be enough with the chin, with the neck crank to go with it. Nope, looking for a pin instead, perhaps.
Rolls him over. There he goes.
And how aware is Kingston now of his ring positioning?
Exactly. The left leg of Eddie, close to the bottom rope. Eddie, your left leg is close to the ropes.
Would you stop?
Remember what we said to Daddy Magic earlier on?
I'm not doing a thing. I'm just calling this match.
Oh, and Eddie now hammering the head.
Oh.
Danielson smacks him hard in the side of the head.
Remember, Danielson couldn't submit Kingston back in October of 21. It was a referee stoppage.
That one knocked.
Oh, God.
Oh, man, now Eddie just hammering him. The side of the head.
Well, I mean, I hate to see this, but Bryan Danielson put himself in this position to go out there with a bullseye on your face.
Tried to put psycho knee and missed. Belly to back suplex.
Back fist.
He caught him down. Goes Danielson. 1, 2, and now Danielson. Oh, how did he get out of that?
Don't stop now, Eddie. Keep your foot on the gas. Think of your titles. You need these 3 points.
Oh, boy, that one was on target.
Here we go.
Eddie picks him up. Vertical suplex.
He's got him, too. It's over.
No, Danielson escapes.
Kingston expended a lot of energy, absorbed a lot of punishment, was just unable to get any of his body weight across the shoulders of Bryan Danielson. Otherwise, That could have been 3 points for Kingston.
Once again, we want to remind you, if this match goes the distance, we will stay with it here on TNT. We do have some breaking news now.
What?
We understand this challenge was made earlier. It's official. Coming up on Collision here next week, it's going to be All Ego Ethan Page and Kenny Omega in 1 week.
Can't wait to see it. Page is in the best shape we've ever seen him.
The fans are going crazy for Eddie, chanting his name.
Oh, the knee to the orbital bone.
The opening contest set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit is a Blue League match in the Continental Classic Tournament. Introducing first from Yonkers, New York, weighing in at 242 pounds. He is the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Openweight Champion and the Ring of Honor World Champion, Eddie Kingston.
Well, Eddie is fired up, and you guys know why, Kevin.
0-2 to start this tournament. He put all his chips in the center of the table. And if he does not win here tonight, he's virtually eliminated.
Of course, he's looking for his first victory. Here goes one of the men that he probably hates more than anyone else in the world.
And his opponent from Lucerne, Switzerland, weighing in at 232 pounds, representing the Blackpool Combat Club, Claudio Castagnoli.
Claudio, 1 up, 1 down, 3 points. He's in fine shape as far as this tournament goes. But when you look at polar opposites, I can't think of 2 more polar opposites, Nigel, Tony, than Claudio and Eddie. Everything they represent and stand for.
Certainly 2 different men. They have battled, but we could go back to what has happened to these 2 men this year when they battled for the Ring of Honor World Title Super Card of Honor back in the month of March. And then they had that big match at Arthur Ashe Stadium where Eddie dethroned Claudio to win the ROH World Title. Eddie already had the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Openweight Championship at that time. And then, of course, Full Gear, if you'll recall, Eddie made the announcement that we talked about, Kevin, that he would put the ROH title and the Strong Openweight title on the line to the winner as well. As you said, he's put all the chips on line. Here we go.
Oh, we had to know this one was going to start fast. Oh, there it is. Not the full spinning back fist, but got half of it.
He's going for the win immediately, and a smart move, I would think, by Claudio. Get out of the ring. Watch out here. Oh, here we go.
Whoa.
Eddie is hell-bent, determined to get 3 points and a revenge victory.
Revenge not just against Claudio Castagnoli cover, but also against the American clam digger Bryan Danielson, who beat him last week on Collision. And who can forget that show, the ultimate show of disrespect after the match? Bryan Danielson, who was once a respectable individual. He was the Ring of Honor World Champion. Ring of Honor was based on shaking a hand before the match and after the match. What did he do after the match? He went to ringside, he grabbed a sign from a fan that said, Kingston is a bum, and he put it across the face of Eddie Kingston.
Bang!
Oh, hold on, this could be over here.
He pancaked him. 1, 2, no.
Not a lot of mustard on the kick out, but that moment that Bryan Daniel thought he was just trying to humiliate Eddie Kingston, all he did is lit a fire under Kingston, as we can see here. A very awkward landing for Kingston. The front of his face, his nose slammed into the mat. And as you can see, not a lot on that kick out. Kingston's got to turn things around, and quickly.
And as we know, the Continental Classic, everybody is talking about it all over the wrestling world. It is a round-robin tournament, and the 12 athletes split in 2 blocks of 6. Each block, each league, you wrestle 5 individual singles matches. You get 3 points for a win, as Tony said, 1 each if it goes the 20-minute time limit. No outside interference. Every match has been physically tough, mentally challenging, and very emotional as well.
And Eddie with 2 matches, like we mentioned already, with no points, losing not only to Brody King, but to Bryan Danielson as well. So this is really a must-win for Eddie, as we talked about.
No doubt about it. He's not eliminated because a miracle could happen. but it would take a miracle for Eddie Kingston to come out on top of the Blue League if he drops it tonight, Nigel.
Well, what do they say about Christmas? It's a time of miracles.
Oh, big double stomp on the chest, on the sternum of Eddie Kingston.
Oh, Eddie Kingston's been a good boy this year.
I don't know about that. I'll tell you what. Fortune is favoring the bold and the big and the bad, and that is Brody King right now, sitting on top with 6 points, 2-0, the early surprise.
I don't know if this is good strategy or not. I mean, basically what happened right here was he kicked Eddie into rising back up, and with those strikes, what?
Oh, he got caught though.
Double leg pickup. He's going for the giant swing right now. Here we go.
Look at Kingston's trying to grab a leg just to prevent going too much further, and that did it. But instead now, sitting down deep.
Sharpshooter applied.
Put yourself in the position of Eddie Kingston now. Two of the most prestigious titles he's ever held in his career. Slipping away from his grip. If he taps out now, he can kiss them goodbye.
But will he tap out, Nigel? Fans are encouraging, chanting his name. Referee checks in. But listen. Audio is telling him to tap. Kingston has his face flat on the mat. Now trying to pull himself up, doing a great job of going right to the ropes. Great job, Eddie. You know, I have to agree with you, Nigel. I disagree with what Bryan Danielson did last week and what he did with that sign.
I think it's a disgrace, Tony, to your point, and he should be docked points.
Oh, please.
No, he won't be docked points, but...
Let's not read too much into this, guys. The adrenaline is flowing. A fan wanted him to hold his sign. I'm not so sure if Danielson saw it 100%. It was in his hand, and then he realized, wow, this is a diss.
It wouldn't surprise me if he put it out there before the match.
Wow, look at this.
Oh, look at this, yeah. Vicious, and this is what Blackpool Combat Club pride themselves on. This violent smash mouth style. And Kingston on the receiving end again.
Audio with it. Wow, a missile drop kick. And Eddie right now, I don't know if he's in this match or not, blinking his eyes. There's a cover, 1, 2.
Kingston barely in his body.
Yeah, he was in La-La Land there for a second.
It's the third singles meeting this calendar year between Claudio Castagnoli and Eddie Kingston, Tony, as you referred to. Both have been over the ROH World Championship. Claudio was the champion, won the first. Kingston took the ROH World title from Claudio, and that was a huge lift, a burden off of Eddie's shoulders.
Eddie also 157 days as New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Openweight Champion, beating Kenta in Tokyo in July. And now Eddie's staggering after that chop, but still chopping away. Look at Eddie, almost as if he can't hold himself up, but he's still chopping.
He's troubled, certainly. Oh, he was out on his feet. Kingston in a lot of trouble. But again, to your point, Tony, those two titles that arguably he worked his entire career. Take a look at this in a second. Just watch the impact. Oh, you could hear it, couldn't you? Flesh on flesh. And now the beating continues.
Cover 1, 2, and no sir, 2, says Mike Posey.
What does it say about Eddie Kingston that he was willing to put both of those titles that he'd worked his entire life for on the line in this tournament?
Says a lot. Says a lot about his confidence, a lot about what he loves. And he said it's his entire life's work.
Right.
That's what he worked for.
Perhaps he was too confident. They say pride comes before the fall.
He's also a history buff, and the first famous Triple Crown, of course, from All Japan in the late 80s, Jumbo Tsuruta, Stan Hansen, and the list of greats that held that Triple Crown all through the 90s and even to today.
Well, that's great. You want to be certainly held in the same esteem as those legends, but as Kingston has found out, you've got to do much more than just put your titles on the line.
Well, it certainly has added to the prestige of what has been a tremendous tournament.
Get in there, Posey.
Yeah, I don't know. Eddie may be out here.
Get your hands up, Eddie.
He can't even get his hands up, Nigel. He cannot even, look at this.
I think Posey's got to create some distance here and get in and have a serious look.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Posey should check in. Let's see if he does. Eddie, the only way he gets to his feet is when now Claudio pulled him to his feet. So Eddie, once again, 2 losses already and not looking good here in his 3rd match.
So it looks like Claudio's on his way to victory.
Hey, guys, I want to play devil's advocate for a second because Eddie Kingston is one of the toughest competitors I've ever seen in the ring. And sometimes this is what he'll do early in the match, almost like rope-a-dope. He'll sit there and he'll let his opponent get tired out until he can turn things back around.
Good point. Let's see if that's what's going on here. He's fighting, as you can see, knocks Claudio off, and Kingston slow to get up, and Claudio takes advantage of it. Eddie's still trying to get to the top.
Trying to position himself, but he's in a dangerous spot.
Castagnoli, 6'5".
Whoa! Digging the fingernails into the skin.
He got that from Moxley.
Superplex coming!
Oh, my God! Claudio got it bad. Kingston got it worse.
Absolutely. You can see the face of Eddie Kingston. Here's a cover. Fans looking on. It is a 2 count. And this is our opening match. And it will continue in picture-in-picture.
So with Kingston in dire straits here, Nigel, to your point about that rope-a-dope game, he does only have the 20-minute time limit to work with. So it's a margin for error that's a little slim.
It is indeed, yet certainly can't take too much longer to try to turn things back around, but both competitors are appraised of the time. 5, 10, 15 minutes, so Kingston, if he's biding his time, can't be making much longer though, because when you're in there with Castagnoli, he's not going to let you get to 20 minutes.
Oh! Over the top, Eddie.
Oh.
And Claudio right back to the midsection with that forearm.
Claudio Castagnoli is walking the dog here tonight.
1, 2. Got a 2 count, and Claudio goes.
Look how aggressive Castagnoli is. I tell you, I'm very impressed with Claudio here tonight. I think he's the best member of Blackpool Combat Club, perhaps with John Moxley, or maybe Wheeler Yuta could be in the conversation as well. But definitely those 3 are the best.
Don't hedge your bets.
Oof.
Cross arm breaker applied. Eddie just trying to hook the. Well, he did hook the hands. And Claudio just trying to look at him, rearrange his feet here to push on the head here of Eddie Kingston.
Oh, the C grip there, broken with the calf across the nose. But then Castagnoli gave up with the submission attempt as well.
Both men back up. Eddie comes up chopping.
284 days for Castagnoli as Ring of Honor World Champion.
Eddie again just using his whole body, getting a big stride with those knife-edge chops. Claudio holds on to the reversal, and he's got his sleeper hold applied here.
Center of the ring, Castagnoli leaning forward almost like a tripod with Kingston the other leg. Applying more pressure. Oh, Kingston's gone down.
Eddie dropped hard that time, guys. He dropped like a rock.
Kingston's got to tuck his chin. He's got to protect his carotid artery. The forearm of Castagnoli. But it looks like, no, he's not going to get a submission here.
Eddie coming back, fighting here, back to a vertical position. Back and forth. Oh, a European uppercut. Stunned Eddie to the corner. We are on Collision on this Saturday night from Montreal. Opening bout in a match in the Blue League between Eddie Kingston and Claudio Castagnoli.
What did I tell you?
Yep.
All of a sudden, it's fired back. We are talking about 2 champions, 2 men with pride, 2 men who have a long history of dislike. And that's made for a great match. Cover, 1, 2. No, sir, 2 count.
Kingston's tournament life depends on the outcome of this match. It looks like Claudio's about to put him away, Nigel.
All the way up if he can get him for the Ricola bomb, but no. Kingston's trying to keep his hips low, but instead, down to the hips of Eddie Kingston. Cover.
Waistlock suplex and a 2.
Well, this is the second clubbing clothesline from Castagnoli. Boom! Again, flesh on flesh. Very impressive, very effective. Here he tried the Ricola bomb, couldn't get it, so instead just the belly to belly all the way across.
And now Claudio just toying with Eddie and asking Eddie to fire up. It's not going to take too much for Eddie to fire up. He comes out chopping. But guys, with the exception of a A lot of chops, and there hasn't been much offense for Eddie lately.
That's Eddie's wheelhouse, though. You know, he might only need one move, that chop. We saw what it did to Britt O'Brien last week, knocked him on his butt.
Beginning for the Hurricane, he could win this. He's got him staggered, and Claudio's in trouble. Eddie hits the trap, and then now with the enziguri and a pickup and the exploder. Half and half, no, another exploder. 1, 2, and a 2 count.
Claudio showing his toughness and determination. Nigel spoke about that rope-a-dope strategy, and it looks like now Kingston has flipped that switch. Has Claudio given too much energy, not able to put Kingston away?
Yeah, I don't think so. Castagnoli could go an hour without breaking a sweat.
If this is a rope-a-dope for Eddie Kingston, it's been one hell of a rope-a-dope, I tell you that. Here he comes back again. Machine gun chops.
Honoring the great Kenta Kobashi.
Oh, boy.
Another famous Triple Crown title holder.
Whoa, just a straight jab to the jaw.
You put their chin out there to anybody, you deserve to get punched in it.
There he goes again. Claudio cannot even cover up here.
Looking for the lariat.
There it is.
Got it. Cover.
Eddie's got him. Hooks the far leg and gets a 2.
Don't stop now, Eddie.
And the fans go, ooh.
Look at version of the stretch plum here, Seite Jujiro.
Certainly not expertly applied, and that allows Castagnoli to get the bottom rope.
Yeah, using his height there, he didn't have to go far, did he?
Kingston has said, humble in victory, humble in defeat. I say humility is the thief of success. Eddie, this is your last chance.
Mike Posey looks in, Eddie says, I'm okay. And look at him stare over towards his adversary. Fans chanting, let's go Eddie, here at the Bell Center in Montreal. And Eddie is back to his feet first. He may be trying to pile driver. Claudio knows it. He drops to a knee.
A lot of people would say, Kingston would probably say it as well. This has been the best year of his professional career. Getting to compete in Japan, becoming a champion there in the G1, beating Claudio. Oh my! But the ride is about to come to an end, Tony.
1 and 2. No, sir. He pushed away. Claudio gets ahead of steam.
Oh, he got that.
Oh, he caught him.
That's it.
1, 2.
No.
Eddie's out. STF.
The pain etched on the face of Kingston. Oh, he's out of time.
15 minutes have gone by, 5 remain.
You can see how close the bottom rope is there. Got to be inches away yet, fingertips.
Couldn't get to it, and Claudio
I
pulls
don't know
back.
about that. He touched it, he just couldn't hold it.
Wait a minute. Oh, now he's able.
Wow. The match goes on.
Come on, Eddie, remember, they said you were a bomb.
And now hammer and anvil blows here from Claudio, that BCC speciality.
Kingston protected himself. But can he protect himself from this?
Here comes the Ricola bomb. No, Eddie caught him.
Back fist, no.
He missed it. Claudio did not. 1, 2, no. And
Come on, Eddie.
somehow Eddie escaped. I have no idea, but he escaped. He got out of it. I thought it was over. Whoa, whoa, what a match.
It's impossible not to feel for Eddie Kingston.
But once again, a 20-minute time limit for all these matches during the Continental Classic. Each man trying to get 3 points here.
So if Kingston gets 1, it keeps him alive.
That's right.
And if Claudio gets 1, boy, oh boy, that's going to make winning the league very difficult.
Forearm shot, both men just on their knees. Finally, Eddie Kingston up, says, bring it. Claudio obliges. Eddie chops without even looking. Eddie's got his head down. Oh, man. Rapid shots back and forth and back and forth. Look at this fight. Kingston got him. It's a half and half. The Hurricane. No, got that one. 1, 2, 3. No, didn't go. No.
Come on! Whoa!
Whoa, my God, that was so close. Eddie couldn't believe it.
I don't know about that.
How close could...
I'll give Posey his due, but you can't get any closer to 3 without it being 3.
That was, the hand was almost at the mat.
3 minutes remain.
And we got 3 minutes to go.
Longest match we've had in the tournament thus far.
Absolutely, but one of the better ones. And we've seen great ones thus far. Every match Eddie's been involved has been a great. Again, Claudio drops to a knee when Eddie wants to hoist him up. Here it comes again.
He got that.
He got him now. Now he got him.
Oh, no.
Claudio. 1, 2. Eddie. 1, 2, 3.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Winner of this match, Eddie Kingston.
Eddie Kingston stays alive.
Who is a bum now?
An incredible gut check win for Eddie Kingston. Here's a look at the Blue League standings now as Eddie finally breaks through with 3 points. Still Bryan Danielson and Brody King are the leaders.
It is now.
The following contest set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit is a bullying match in the Continental Classic Tournament. Introducing first from Yonkers, New York, weighing in at 242 pounds. He is the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Openweight Champion and the Ring of Honor World Champion, Eddie Kingston.
But if Kingston doesn't win here, gentlemen, he will no longer be the champion because he'll be eliminated. He can't advance. He must win.
Eddie not coming out with his belts because the belts, as you can see, are on the display. That is next to the ring area, the ROH World Championship, the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Openweight Championship, and of course the Continental Classic Champion. Here comes Daniel Garcia.
And his opponent from Buffalo, New York, weighing in at 187 pounds, Daniel Garcia.
Daniel Garcia looking for his first win here at the Continental Classic. With that in mind, we welcome to the broadcast table Daddy Magic himself, Matt Menard.
What's going on, gentlemen? This is it right here. A must-win for Danny Garcia. Lose and go home, right?
Yeah. Well, let me tell you this. Regardless of what his record has been here in the Continental Classic, there's no question that Danny Garcia is still truly one of the great young stars here in AEW. I want to make that well known.
No question about it. He's as focused as he's ever been right here tonight.
Yeah, I know that, and I know you've had a problem with his dancing. Dancing aside, he's got a big match in front of him here.
Right here. I mean, look, I hope he got all the dancing out of his system last night in a big win against Blake Christian.
Yeah.
And ready to go here.
It was against Blake Christian last night in 2 Hour, part of the Ring of Honor Final Battle pay-per-view.
So what's been the mindset of Danny here as the losses have mounted throughout this tournament? Not mathematically eliminated yet.
Well, that's the thing, but I've seen a progression in Danny in his attitude. I feel like he's zoned in. Okay, he's zoned in, and it's peaking right here tonight. Is it too late? I personally don't think it is. Like you said, he's not mathematically eliminated, and I think he's got Eddie Kingston's number right here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do have breaking news to give to you at this time. Just confirmed by Tony Khan, the return of Thunder Rosa to the ring. It is going to be next week when we're in San Antonio, live on AEW Collision's Holiday Bash, as she will team with Abaddon, and they will take on the TBS champion Julia Hart and Sky Blue. Thunder Rosa returns to the ring for the first time since October of last year, and it's in San Antonio next week.
Wow, that's a stocking stuffer.
That really is. We look forward to calling that match.
See, I don't know if this is the kind of matchup Garcia wants to be wrestling. This is not what we spoke about here. He wants to get him on the mat, not wrestle the guy.
Yeah. Oh, but wait a minute.
Am I wrong here?
Well, but look at the effectiveness of those chops.
Hey, fair enough.
Well, I think caught him. I may be wrong. I think that may have caught Eddie in the throat. Eddie was just seeking refuge and holding on to his throat. I could see it from this angle here.
He's had a lot of matches as of late, Eddie Kingston, where he's been shot brutally in the chest. You can understand why he wouldn't want any more.
This tournament's certainly taking its toll on everybody.
Yeah, Garcia made that point right at the top of the broadcast. Everybody's hurting that's in this.
Absolutely. Oh, yes!
Dragon screw off the apron.
Eddie Kingston finds himself face first on the floor. Watch the angle of Eddie's knee here, Nigel.
Yeah, well, we can take a look back on your screens with Garcia watching his handiwork. Here, a very awkward talk. And you can see Eddie there trying to brace himself for impact.
That's what I'm talking about, boys. Tonight's the night.
Eddie Kingston, who lost to Bryan Danielson, and also, oh boy, also lost to Brody King, but beat Claudio a week ago right here on AEW.
Let's talk about why he beat Claudio last week.
All right, let's talk about it.
Bryan Danielson tried to humiliate the Yonkers native by taking a crowd from the sign that said Eddie is a bum and tried to humiliate him. That has fired up Eddie Kingston. He beat Castagnoli last week. Oh! If he has his way, he's going to beat Garcia tonight and slap it in the face of Bryan Danielson.
Well, having his way will also be predicate depending upon the condition of that knee.
Well, take a look. This is what Danny Garcia does so well, right? He picks you apart. He finds an injury. He zones in on it. And that's what he's doing right here. I mean,
top two from each league as we see. Wednesday, December 27th, Tony. What a night that's going to be.
Smash Continental Classic. It'll be live from the Edition Financial Center in Orlando. And this Blue League match continues in picture-in-picture.
What did you guys say? That sign said Eddie Kingston is a bum?
Yeah, a fan was holding it. Bryan Danielson picked the sign.
I mean, I don't disagree with it. This guy should be selling peanuts at Yankee Stadium.
You better be careful he doesn't hear you, man. He might come out here. I heard he had some choice words for you once he got in the ring.
Listen, I'm not afraid of Eddie Kingston. I've taken his best shot. I'm still here.
Okay.
Come on, Danny.
So Daniel Garcia, former Ring of Honor Pure Champion. So very technically sound. What about the current Ring of Honor Pure Champion, Wheeler Yuta? What about his attitude?
One of the worst attitudes ever.
I love it. Kind of reminds me of my run as the Ring of Honor Pure Champion.
I'm sure it does. I no doubt about that.
Outlasted filthy Tom Lawler.
Which is not an easy thing to do. Still to come, Bryan Danielson, Brody King in the Blue League. A very, very important match is, as well as this one, for Eddie Kingston, who, by the way, has 3 points, can get with 6 points tonight with a win. Look at this, and of course...
I mean, am I wrong when I say this? If Eddie Kingston also loses this match, he's mathematically eliminated, correct?
Exactly.
So it's lose or go home here.
Well, let's be honest, Daniel Garcia's only hope is to spoil the chances of Eddie Kingston.
I mean, Garcia's going to need some help, but he ain't out of it yet here.
The idea of Danny Garcia doing all that he can, he's overcome a lot physically in his wrestling career, man. We know that.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it ad nauseum. The car accident from Montreal broke both of his legs 4 or 5 years ago. All the injuries right here tonight, he's dealing with neck issues. But like we said, everybody in this tournament is. We're not going to cry over spilt milk here. It's not an excuse. He's got to get it together. He's got to win tonight.
But right now, Eddie Kingston is the dominant man in this matchup. Look at this. Oh. Eddie's chops are so lethal. Eddie's still feeling the effects, Kevin, of that knee on the floor.
Started with the dragon screw off the apron of the ring, down, crashing to the mat below, continuing to pour on the pressure. But Nigel, the size edge for Kingston, paying dividends.
Got 2 counts of Stephon Smith.
I mean, that's what I want to see. I want to see Garcia go after that knee now. I mean, his back is against the wall, guys. Well, I'm starting to sweat here.
He could go after the knee, Matt Menard, if in fact Eddie would give him a breath. Man, he is being relentless as Eddie here.
I mean, Danny's got to get some ropes or something, create some space like you said, Tony. I'm getting a little impatient now. He's got to make a move.
Can't wait to see who the qualifiers are going to be for the semifinal round of this great tournament. Kingston and Garcia looking to stay mathematically alive here tonight.
AEW Collision is live in the Continental Classic in the Blue League. Eddie Kingston, who's put his entire life's work on the line of both titles, is trying to mount a comeback. And I'd say a comeback because he only had 3 points now. We are joined by Daddy Magic Matt Menard here at ringside.
I mean, come on, Daddy. I'm starting to sweat here, boys. Daddy's starting to sweat. The back's against the wall. Tonight is the night.
Rapid fire.
Get out of the corner, Danny.
The machine gun chops from Eddie Kingston.
What are we doing?
Oh, he wants more, does Garcia.
He's got to get out of there, guys. He's got to get out of the corner.
I know you say that, but it looks like he doesn't give a damn. Look at this.
Oh, he should give a damn.
Look at this.
Do not do it, Danny. Oh, come on. It is not the time.
Whatever he has left, I guess he's trying to dance it off here, but now Eddie just beats him down to the mat.
You have to be kidding me. You have to be kidding me.
We might have a stoppage.
Eddie Kingston like a man possessed.
But he will not stop, Nigel. Garcia will not quit.
Oh, look at it, it's Garcia. He's mocking Kingston.
That's exactly what he's doing.
He's mocking me. He's mocking all of us. What are we doing, Danny? Get your feet.
I got to say this, Danny Garcia is his own man. He's coming up. He's pulling himself up. He's got his second win. Here it comes.
Come on, son.
Here comes Garcia.
He's coming up. You better get the party started.
Breaking through the defense of Kingston.
Daniel Garcia.
All right, here we go.
Unbelievably, he's coming back.
Shinjiro Otani boot wash there from Garcia.
Double underhook, Eddie.
There we go.
Back to the knees.
Yeah, another dragon screw leg whip. There's the knee again.
Right back to it.
Yes, sir, and the knee bar put on here. As Eddie Kingston tries valiantly to scoot to the, and he made it to the near side ropes.
They're not going to get a submission against Kingston.
The standings currently in the Blue League. Garcia yet to get on the board. Kingston with only 3 points. If Garcia loses this one, he is finished through, mathematically eliminated.
It's not an option.
If Kingston loses, not only is he mathematically eliminated, but both of the titles that he put up to make this Triple Crown will be gone.
And there you see an ankle lock applied here by Garcia. Garcia showing the world that he is a pro wrestler.
Right in the center of the ring.
Yeah, not a sports entertainer.
There's nobody better in this company on the mat than Daniel Garcia.
He's got a chance to prove it right now. Right now, he's got a chance to prove it.
The most success he's had in this match has been on the mat.
No! Eddie is there again. Eddie has escaped one more time.
Just fingertips.
Come on.
Holding on to both those prestigious titles.
Stay on him, Danny. Stay on him, man.
And what effort by both men we are seeing. This encapsulates what this entire tournament's been about.
This is our shot. This is our shot, son.
Eddie pulls himself up. Garcia comes in. Eddie with an exploder up against the turnbuckle.
The back fist.
The back fist. Got him. 1, 2, no.
Right then. We're still in it. We're still in it.
Daniel Garcia's alive. Holy smokes. He's alive.
Just keep it on the mat.
Eddie Kingston has beaten almost everyone he's hit with that spinning back fist. Somehow Daniel Garcia kicked out.
Eddie's got nothing left. He's gassed. Look at the deep.
Oh, he's got it. Come on, Matt Menard. You know Eddie.
Give me a break.
How many times have we said Eddie's got nothing left and he pulls a victory out?
Here we go.
Fighting spirit from Kingston, the leg.
The leg gave way.
Oh, the leg gave way.
Gonna go for Danny.
Saito suplex.
2, no.
Come on, man. He's got him. He's got him.
Trying for his sharpshooter. Eddie knows it. Eddie rolls over to his backside, and here he goes to the ropes again.
Don't give it up, Danny.
Eddie, for the third time now in about the last 5 or 6 minutes, has seeking refuge in the ropes.
Zero in on that knee, Danny. Come on, son.
And what a battle we have in front of us here and live here on TNT.
This is not what do not exchange.
Both guys are gassed, and there could be a knockout with one shot.
Oh, a drop kick to the knee. Here he goes. Garcia again. Then he's got him.
Right on his hand. Get your hands up, Danny.
Boy, Garcia got right back up.
Fighting spirit.
He's laying his feet. Oh, God, no. The Hurricane, it falls on him. 1, 2, 3.
This match, the Ring of Honor World Champion and New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Openweight Champion, Eddie Kingston.
There's always another fight. Let's take a look at the brackets right now in the blue league.
Staying alive, staying alive. Garcia's out, but Kingston is still alive in the blue. It's getting tight. Oh my God, look how tight it is.
Absolutely, the gold league.
Your Collision main event set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit is a blue league match in the Continental Classic Tournament. Introducing first from Yonkers, New York, weighing in at 242 pounds. He is the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Openweight Champion and the Ring of Honor World Champion, Eddie Kingston.
Did you see, fellas, on the way down here, Eddie Kingston didn't take 1 second to look at both of those titles, that his pride really endangered at the beginning of this tournament. He is so hyper-focused, he realizes he has to win tonight.
And his opponent from Gomez Palacio, Durango, Mexico, weighing in at 241 pounds, Andrade El Idolo.
Kevin Kelly, interesting road both these two men have taken to this point. Eddie Kingston lost his first 2 matches in this tournament. Andrade El Idolo won his first 2 matches.
It's been an uphill climb for Kingston since the start. But isn't that emblematic of his career, fighting with his back against the wall with everything pushed in the middle? And for Andrade El Idolo, he'd have a clean sheet were it not for an opportunistic low blow from a distracted referee 1 week ago. But Andrade El Idolo continues to carry the mantra of the most dominant man who looks to become the first ever holder of the modern Triple Crown. And 2/3 of that would be titles that Eddie Kingston would no longer hold.
And to your point, though, Kevin, there's no question Andrade has not forgotten that low blow last week from Castagnoli, and he's going to repay it. Unfortunately, not to a member of the Blackpool Combat Club, but instead to Eddie Kingston to take away not only the titles, but the dreams of this young man.
So here is what is at stake. The final spot in the Blue League. Final, which is Wednesday. Andrade advances with a win or a draw. An Eddie Kingston win would advance him. He's been so lucky tonight already, Tony.
Right.
With Claudio Castagnoli losing, with Brody King being upset by the previously winless Daniel Garcia. It seems like Eddie Kingston has finally started to catch a break in this tournament that looked like was slipping through his fingers at the start.
I've got to correct you there, Kevin. It was a draw between Castagnoli and Danielson. And that certainly means that Eddie Kingston still has a chance. A very small chance, because somewhere in here there's a snowball on the melt.
Watch that back elbow. It has been devastating.
Yes, it has. And also, we would maybe tell you that Eddie Kingston, with a win, would have 9 points. Andrade would have 9 points. You said, yes, they're tied, but in the head-to-head, Eddie would win because he would win the head-to-head. So let's see what happens. He would win the tiebreaker.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Hey, listen, by the way, what's this Riz we were talking about? I looked it up.
Yeah, I looked it up too.
Oh, yeah. Good Lord.
It is short for charisma. It means simply an ability to charm and woo a person.
You know,
thank you for that.
You're really 21st century man, Tony. Now, sometimes it's better to let people think you're stupid rather than open your mouth and prove it.
Well, you know, an old guy can learn things.
An old guy is right, but we love you nonetheless, Tony. And there's nowhere I would rather be than beside you calling Collision. That's half true.
Who will go on? Who will go on to win this Continental Crown? We're going to find out. We're going to find out tonight who will face Bryan Danielson on Wednesday in the Gold League or the Blue League final.
How Bryan Danielson has made it this far is a modern miracle. I don't know if there's any proper way to say it. Just held together by tape and hope. It seems to be that who's jingling? Who's jingle bells? Oh, those are mine. Sorry.
Fans, I want to let you know that we are very excited about after World's End. Our next pay-per-view, of course, will be Revolution at the Greensboro Coliseum Sunday, March 3rd. Sting's final match of phenomenal career. Tickets on sale now at AEWTIX.com. Over 12,000 tickets. 12,000 have been sold, and we're opening more seats.
Cover!
1, 2. Whoa. Opening more seats for you to be a part of this once-in-a-lifetime event.
You need Christmas gifts? AEWTix.com. Whether it's for Orlando this Wednesday, World's End coming up on Saturday, Greensboro, whatever. Find the event near you and make it happen. Trust me.
I'll find an event on the other side of the world. Ooh. Wembley Stadium, all in.
Right now, the fans here enjoying what they have seen tonight, and this match with so many important implications. There you see your Wembley on August 25th. Oh, at livenation.co.uk, ticketmaster.co.uk. Great last-minute holiday gifts. Eddie Kingston with that stomp now, just circling here.
Kingston with a methodical pace in this one, so he doesn't want to make a mistake and get caught. We saw earlier on how he avoided that spinning back elbow of Andrade.
Right. I think the methodical pace really favors Eddie, right?
Absolutely. Oh, no, I'm not sure if it's really a choice.
Fans, this match in the Blue League to find who goes to the Blue League Finals continues in picture. Stay right there.
So a gritty start with the determined Eddie Kingston. Andrade El Idolo has also found himself, and again, it wasn't the case at the beginning of this tournament, a happenstance meeting with representatives of CMLL in Mexico City, and a thaw finally has happened in what had been a long-standing chilly relationship. They invited him back home, and he, of course, took the opportunity to come back. But that added more matches to his schedule in the body of this tournament, Nigel. And he's been down in Mexico for the last 3 weeks.
That travel, certainly a factor. Jet lag can be an issue.
Kingston just trying to slug. Oh, boy, he went with the knee to the breadbasket that time after back and forth chops. Eddie.
Down goes Andrade. Down goes Andrade right in front of us.
He knocked him right off of the turnbuckles that time, did Eddie Kingston.
Remember, take a look. Andrade grabbing at the left knee. He struggled with the knee injury at various points in this tournament.
Now remember, a count-out would give Eddie the win. And Eddie just standing in the ring, not going after Andrade.
And Kingston patient, waiting. He'll take the count-out win. Andrade smart, cagey veteran.
Yep.
Dives in, breaks the count.
And now Stefan Smith, our referee, has to start over. What an event this has been. What an atmosphere we have had tonight here in San Antonio. And here comes Andrade. Boom! Andrade came in, tried to bull rush him that time, and Kingston caught him.
The chop of Kingston served him well in this tournament, and really an homage to many of the icons and the legends in Japanese pro wrestling that he grew up idolizing. Kingston, one of the early tape traders. And it was professional wrestling that saved this man by his own admission.
Eddie's got one of the great stories. There's no question.
Andrade has struggled to get out of the blocks here in this main event. It's all-important matchup.
We have taken our final break, and we are now back in the Continental Classic in the Blue League. It will either be Eddie Kingston or Andrade El Idolo that will go on to the Blue League Finals Wednesday against Bryan Danielson. Tony Khan has told us we will stay with this match up to the 20-minute time limit as long as it takes, which means we would go past the top of the hour if necessary. So stay with us right now. Eddie Kingston has made this a methodical pace, but that time Andrade El Idolo kicked the knees out from underneath Eddie.
Not good for Eddie Kingston in a normal match, but against Andrade El Idolo, who's beaten a number of people with the figure 4 and, dare I say, figure 8 leg lock. Kingston now is hurt and he's really in a dangerous place.
And Andrade can take his time. Because if it goes to time, Andrade's in. He's in with a draw.
After kicking the knees twice, a couple of dragon screw leg whips, sends Eddie down. Eddie got back up to be sent down again by a flying forearm.
And you know this, Nigel. There's some nights where you struggle. And a little spark is all you need. And Andrade's found it.
Andrade with the jaw set. You see the face. He means business. Eddie, those knees, I'm not so sure how much he can take. If Andrade continues to work on the knees, that time he goes to the midsection. Again, who will it be? Kingston or Andrade? For Kingston, a win would be a miraculous comeback from where this tournament started for him. And of course, would keep alive. Oh my God. Would keep alive.
Smoked him.
Here's a cover first. 1, 2. Oh, that was close.
That was close. Vicious running knees in the corner like a train. And it was a hook of a leg, but not that deep. There wasn't a lot of body weight across the shoulders of Kingston that enabled him to get his shoulders up.
Fans, this holiday season, AEW and Jazzwares partnered up to donate $1 million in toys for Toys for Tots. Last weekend, members of the AEW roster joined Toys for Tots for a special event distributing toys to hundreds of children in the Dallas Metroplex. Happy holidays from Jazzwares and from AEW. And this, of course, our tournament for Tots as part of the Blue League, as part of the Continental Classic. The winner eventually will win the Continental Crown. And here comes the three amigos. All fans of Eddie Guerrero, remember that. And there it is, a cover. 1, 2, no, Eddie escapes again. Oh, man. Andrade, I don't know, he's a little wry smile on his face. I don't know if that is frustration or what. Because Eddie almost lost it twice in a row. Now Andrade feeling pretty good about himself right now.
Yeah, I think Andrade feels like he's got this match in the bag. Perhaps his idol, Eddie Guerrero, looking down from above.
Andrade with wins over Daniel Garcia and Bryan Danielson in this tournament.
That's right. And Eddie Kingston coming up short against Bryan earlier in the tournament.
Eddie put up in time and hurt himself.
Oh, my God.
He got, I think, the right foot up, and then that put all the pressure on his left knee. And Eddie, now Stephon Smith's going to see if he can continue.
He braced on the left leg, Nigel.
Yeah, we can see from that angle, he pushed off the leg. And when he tried to get back up again, it gave way.
And he comes with reckless abandon that time, and boy, he was met by my God, Eddie Kingston.
Kenta Kobashi chops.
Yes, sir. Andrade says bring it. Absolutely love the one-on-one. No interference on the outside. These matches have been an exploder that time. Eddie Kingston covers. 1, 2. Did not get it.
Eddie Kingston wanted to have this Triple Crown created because of his love of the All Japan Triple Crown Championship, which was born in the late 80s. Like you said, Nigel, this great wrestling that he saw as a tape trader as a youth got him out of some dark places, and he wants to be the first Triple Crown holder.
Might get him into some dark places if he can't win this matchup, though. If he loses the titles he worked his entire career to get.
And he looks like he's trying to half and half here, and Andrade with a back elbow knocks him loose, at least momentarily, and he snap bears him right to the ropes down to the floor. Andrade with the kicks. Andrade's going to chase Eddie outside. No, he's going to wait, look, see if he can measure him for a moonsault, and he connected with Eddie. Now if he can roll him in the ring.
Andrade, when he was 20 years old, was a high-flying junior heavyweight luchador named La Sombra. And now, the heavyweight, Andrade El Idolo, is looking to punch his ticket to the Blue League Finals of the Continental Classic.
The chant of Idolo goes out. Andrade El Idolo misses a moonsault. Oh, what a move! 1,
shadow underneath the shoulder of Kingston. Just looked great adaptation mid-flight. He saw that Kingston was moving, adjusted, and hit the standing moonsault instead.
Eddie Kingston won the ROH title back on the 20th of September at Grand Slam in New York City. He won the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Openweight title back in July of this year at Korakuen Hall in Tokyo. Can he go on to become the Continental winner, winning the Continental crown?
And I have it on good authority that the new president of New Japan Pro Wrestling, Hiroshi Tanahashi, is watching on and wants to see who will hold this triple crown. After all, New Japan Pro Wrestling has a stake in the game.
Oh, wait a second. Kingston fighting off the back trip.
Absolutely got that hammerlock applied though, does Andrade. Eddie just trying to bull his way out of this, and he does. He breaks it loose. Eddie, belly to back.
Oh, come on, Nick.
Yeah. 1, 2. No. Whoa. I thought Andrade was done. He was holding his head that time, Nigel.
Yeah, a very awkward landing for El Idolo. We saw that backdrop driver pay dividends for Daniel Garcia. With a much bigger weight differential in that matchup, but again, an homage to his Japanese wrestling roots. Eddie Kingston stuck it, but slow to follow up.
He just limps over towards his adversary now. As Andrade tries to push himself up, Eddie's going to help him out.
Oh, hold on.
I don't know.
Kingston said to the official, make sure that he can continue. Yes. He got a yes.
Grabs him by his tights.
Andrade's earned a few seconds there of respite.
Have Nelson put on there, and Andrade just backs him up to the corner.
Stayed low, did Andrade.
The winner goes on to Wednesday in Orlando, live on Dynamite on TBS to face Bryan Danielson.
And I'll tell you what, over in the Gold League, you've got to love Switchblade Jay White. He's got a ton of momentum heading in. Oh!
That's it!
That's it!
He's out! Kingston, good night!
The left shoulder up! He flopped the left shoulder up to the amazement of Andrade.
That was on the money.
It really was. What a match.
Is that doubt?
Yes.
Is that doubt in the eyes of Andrade?
The first time, Nigel, we've seen that doubt.
What a tournament. Here we go. After working on the knees, early on, he goes for the figure four.
Oh, Kingston trying to block the completion.
That's Andrade Alito.
He realizes if they complete this, he's going to have to
He got it.
The ropes are there. The ropes are there.
And he's up for the figure eight, but Eddie is on the ropes. He had bridged up, had Andrade Alito, but Eddie had grabbed the ropes in
15
the nick
minutes
of
have
time.
gone by, 5 remain.
And there we go.
As you can see, 5 minutes remain, and we're 2 minutes before the top of the hour. We will stay with this until the completion. Eddie, the American. He stunned Andrade. Andrade is dangling. Eddie with a second one. Andrade is dangling again. Eddie's going to pick him. Oh! And 1, 2, Eddie! Eddie Kingston!
The New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Openweight Champion and Ring of Honor World Champion, Eddie Kingston.
Eddie Kingston will go on to Orlando to face Bryan Danielson, and still a chance to become the Continental Classic Champion.
On the brink of elimination. My God, starts 0-2, and here we are.
This is the Blue League final in the Continental Classic Tournament set for one fall. Approaching the ring from Aberdeen, Washington, weighing 197 pounds, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
We heard from Bryan Danielson earlier tonight those words. Eddie Kingston has never beaten him, Tony. 4 weeks ago on Collision, they met in the Continental Classic. It was Eddie's second match, and Eddie He looked like the underdog.
Yeah, and he's been the underdog throughout the tournament. This happened in Erie, Pennsylvania on Collision back on the 2nd of December. And it was a very physical matchup. The Psycho knee won it. There you see, I don't agree with that sign at all, but that's what Bryan Danielson thinks of Eddie Kingston.
Bryan Danielson, he's been red hot throughout the group stage of this Continental Classic. Will that momentum continue here tonight in the knockout stage?
And his opponent from Yonkers, New York, weighing 244 pounds, Eddie Kingston.
Taz, you know Eddie Kingston, you know that under the best of circumstances, he has a massive chip on his shoulder. Now headed into this match after Danielson has said those disparaging comments about Eddie, he's got to be fired up more than ever.
Oh, Eddie's in a really fired up mood. He wants to go to the finals in his home state of New York on Long Island, World's End. He wants to beat the living daylights out of Bryan Danielson. I got to be honest with you, I think he's going to do it.
It's been a great story for both men. Bryan Danielson battling through the injury to his eye to make it this far. Eddie Kingston losing his first 2 matches to make it all the way back here.
Yeah, it was must win from match 3 on for Eddie Kingston, or else he would have been eliminated from the tournament. He would have lost that Ring of Honor World Championship, that New Japan Strong Openweight Championship that he put up for grabs.
See what Daniels did a moment ago. He dipped himself out to break the count, so the referee had to back Eddie up. That's just a way to control the ring. Say, I'm going to fight you on my time, not when you want to fight me.
Danielson the best at that, Taz.
Yeah, no, that's how you control someone's mind. But Eddie's a veteran. He's been in so many battles and wars. See, that's what I'm saying right there. That's not going to rattle Eddie Kingston. I just don't think it will.
No, you see Eddie Kingston, his jaw is set. He is maintaining and I have to say this as somebody that's known Eddie for nearly 20 years, a surprisingly level head here in this match.
Well, he's had a lot of big matches in his career, Eddie. He understands how big this is, as Danielson has had massive matches in his career also. So you got to keep your poise. That's the key in these type matches.
Here, this crowd, this great crowd on hand in Orlando.
He's trying to get Eddie to snap. That's why Danielson's laughing. He's got that smirk on his face because he feels he's going to get Eddie to lose his cool. He might. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe he won't get lose his cool.
I mean, I know that frustration inside Eddie, it's like a tea kettle that's about to explode. But oh no, Eddie! Saito suplex and Bryan Danielson.
I love it. That's how you set a tone early on. Big throw like that.
My God.
Eddie the toe base to a Cena, but he drove Danielson's head into the barricade, but Kingston, he struck the barricade hard as well.
Yeah, he hit it with his head. You could see when Danielson kind of went over to the side, and Kingston hit it hard.
As you guys know, Eddie Kingston's a big man. You know, he's a big dude. He's a heavy-handed guy, a heavy hitter, as you're about to hear. Ooh.
Kingston firing in those chops. Remember, it was at Revolution 2022 when Eddie Kingston in this very arena really hit his breakthrough win. And a victory over Danielson here tonight. He could be breaking through even further. He could be breaking through to the finals of the Continental Classic.
And he's bringing it. Eddie, man, those are heavy shots.
You see Bryce Remsburg imploring Kingston and Danielson have the action return to the ring as Kingston hard to the barricade, but he comes back. A double sledge to the chest of Danielson. Remember, much like our first match, there must be a winner here tonight. No disqualifications, no countouts in this. Who will advance to face Jon Moxley this Saturday night at World's End?
And I kind of wonder when the eye patch is going to be ripped off, because it has been ripped off the last couple of matches. And Danielson has certainly, look, Eddie's just choppy, but also punching that side of the face, Taz, it looked like.
Yeah, smart, you know, because, listen, you know, Danielson is a great striker.
Right.
As is Eddie. So, you know, you feel confident in your striking ability. Get this guy to throw hands and feet. And we're seeing it.
Look at Danielson just tenderizing Kingston in the corner. Fans around the world celebrate Boxing Week with tickets to our return to Wembley Stadium, all in London, coming up next August. Tickets are available right now, livenation.co.uk, ticketmaster.co.uk.
Trying to get out of bounds here is Danielson. because he's taking some heavy shots.
You know, you can better believe these two guys want to be a part of it. Last year, Bryan Danielson, because of his arm injury, was not there. You can better believe he's going to be there this time at Wembley Stadium coming up in August.
Everybody wants to be on that Wembley show, and you should want to be on it. It's very difficult
Danielson
to get on it, though.
Could potentially be at Wembley Stadium with that Continental Crown as the DDT on the apron. Kingston is staggered by that.
That was a great job right there by Danielson.
And Danielson, the flying knee. Kingston driven down. And this Blue League final between Eddie Kingston, Bryan Danielson continues in picture-in-picture. Who moves on to World's End? Stick with us as we find out.
Bryan doing an awful lot of celebrating and posing here, and I think he knows better than that.
Well, he's confident in himself right now. He feels like he's got Eddie hurting. I mean, I agree with you, Schiavone. I would have a little bit more of a sense of urgency with someone like Kingston with these stakes so high to go on to the finals and just call him a bum again.
And I think Danielson, I mean, his strategy is to have an unforced error by Eddie Kingston. You know, to take him, to get his frustration boiling over and Eddie's temper to get the best of him in this match.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think is going on. I agree with you. You know, Eddie definitely has he's a hothead. So try and get in his head a little bit and say these insulting, judgmental things.
Driving the knee to the face. Kingston, barely a 1 count there for him. Kingston trying to clear the cobwebs. Danielson laying in that kick across the shoulders.
Strong round kicks, they sting, they hurt, they rattle your spine.
But Kingston absorbing that contact, and that might have been a liver shot.
Danielson had some of the best, if not the best, round kicks in AEW. I mean, he lays them in, guys. And like you said, onto the liver that time.
Now, Danielson looking for that Romero special. La Tapatia, the flying surfboard, whatever you want to call it. And Danielson, though, he can get up a...
Oh, come on now. Again, just I guess like you said, Taz, trying to get into the head of Eddie Kingston.
Yeah, that might not be smart.
Just standing on the knees. No, he wasn't going for the surfboard at all. Instead, driving both kneecaps down into the mat.
I mean, for a guy who's, what is he, vegan? He's all about the wood and the earth. Why you calling the guy a bum? If you're all about the earth, you're all about the wood, right? Wasn't that, he's all about the trees, right?
What does that have to do with bums?
I don't know, I just think it should be nice.
It should be nicer if he's nice to the earth, right?
Guys like me call people bums.
Right.
Not guys who eat plants.
Yeah, every Wednesday you do.
That's right.
Backstage.
It's the Blue League final in the Continental Classic here in All Elite Wrestling. Eddie Kingston, Bryan Danielson going one-on-one. I'm Excalibur, joined by Taz and Tony Schiavone. Here with all the action in it has been all Bryan Danielson thus far, Tony.
Eddie ate every one of those kicks, and he came right back. I thought Eddie maybe was in really dire straits, but, well, look at this.
Danielson looking for the label lock.
Can't get it, though. Eddie's smart. He's dipping out, keeping his base low, flat on the belly, backing out, get to that bottom rope. Good job by Kingston.
Yeah, Bryan Danielson do a lot of trash talking. He said, I'm going to get you to tap out. I'm going to get you to tap out.
Well, I mean, listen, that type of, verbal attack, it's kind of, you want to rent space in your opponent's head, right? So I understand that. Judgmental name calling, that's a little deep, but that's what Danielson's choosing to do. He knows he wants to go face his BCC member, Jon Moxley, this Saturday, Long Island, at World's End in the final.
Yeah, either way, those are two great matchups. Potentially Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley, or Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley in the Continental Classic final this Saturday at World's End. And this,
you can hear him just
berating Eddie Kingston. This has been Danielson's strategy. Oh, wait. Kingston! Exploder sends Danielson for a ride, and you see Danielson immediately comes up clutching the side of his head.
Well, that'll definitely stop the verbal assault that Danielson put on him.
That early Saito suplex, I think, rattled Danielson a little bit, and now Kingston could be thinking Urk, and he could be trying to end it here.
He's going for it, you're right.
Oh, nice block.
No, but instead, DDT Danielson driven into the mat.
Boy, he's having a hard time following up with a cover, though.
Yeah, you're right, Ted. Eddie's reserve, determination, whatever you want to call it, is amazing. I mean, he has taken a barrage of kicks and blows. I mean, he has taken an ass kicking is what he's taken. And look at him still pulling himself up.
But that's what he does. That's what Eddie does. He don't mind getting rocked.
But Eddie Kingston, he has never beaten Bryan Danielson in his career. Will tonight be the night with so much on the line?
I love the chants. Let's go, Eddie. He's no bum from the fans. And we've got a great crowd here in Orlando for this one.
Big shots with Danielson trying to shake it off. Oh,
He's spitting at Eddie. Well, Danielson's getting whooped right here.
Yeah, those are echoing all throughout the arena, and now Kingston.
Yeah, stand on the man's head. Hell yeah.
This is what Danielson wanted out of Kingston, Taz. He wanted this aggression.
Well, he's getting it.
But now Eddie looking for an exploder once again. Danielson drags him down. Label lock, potentially. Oh, it's cinched in. It's in tight, Taz.
Yeah, he's got it locked in. Eddie's in the middle of the ring here also.
Yeah, you're right, Eddie. He's reaching out towards the left side ropes here, but he's got a long way to go.
And roll back with your weight and get a pin cover on Danielson if Eddie could get that arm free a bit.
When Danielson, when he adjusted his positioning, Eddie took that opportunity to get up to the knees to assist him in that crawl to the ropes to force the break.
Guys, he doesn't have to break. I know Bryce Remsburg said, give me a clean break. He doesn't need to.
Oh, Danielson just teeing off with those kicks.
That's effective stuff, though. It's ugly. It works.
For that arm breaker, and now suplex.
I think Eddie was grabbing towards the eye patch that time. When he reached across the head, he was thinking, okay, now we're going to kick it into high gear, see what he's made of.
Danielson up to the top, but Kingston up to his feet.
Oh, no, that is a stinging shot right there.
Yeah, Eddie hurt his hand.
Yeah, I think there's another one. Yeah, there it is.
Just
Danielson's progress on the top has been stalled by Eddie Kingston.
Got him propped up high there. What's he doing on tippy top rope here is Kingston.
Oh, but Danielson looking to slip between the legs. He does, and Kingston goes down hard. I think Kingston tried to avoid the disastrous contact, but still got the inside of his knee on that turnbuckle.
Well, this is disaster Excalibur right here to be tied up and nowhere to go. And Bryan Danielson can kick you for all of your worth, all he wants.
That's how you knock a guy out unconscious right there, and Danielson knows how to do that.
Oh, here we go.
Danielson running, drop kick. Kingston with his head wedged against the turnbuckle, nowhere to go. And now Danielson, what does he have in mind?
Eddie is banged up badly here.
Oh. Raining down those elbow strikes is Bryan Danielson.
Eddie right now looks like he's dead weight here, Taz.
Yeah, he is, but this is going to be, I think, a big back suplex here at the top rope. Super dangerous.
Oh, wow. Eddie reversed, and he came down on Danielson's
right on
face.
The eye.
Well, and the action in this Blue League final continues in picture-in-picture. Who advances to World's End? Who advances to face Jon Moxley on Saturday?
I have no idea how Eddie did that. That was amazing, that turnaround.
It was a simple shift of the weight by Eddie Kingston, but it was exactly what he needed.
Both guys are worn down right here. Referee's counting. And there's no time limit in this thing. We got to have a winner in this blue league.
As both men struggling to their feet. Kingston with the assistance of the ropes. He's up. Danielson up first.
Oh boy, watch it, Eddie. When he turns around, Danielson's going to be waiting on him.
Now almost like a reset in this match.
I know. Look, I thought Danielson would bull rush him right there, but he just slowly walking to the center of the ring.
Yeah, they just want to go. You can tell they kind of want to go shot for shot here, I guess.
Eddie's saying, come on, hit me.
Eddie inviting it. Taking a moment to compose himself. And I mean, really, I think that's been the key to this match for Eddie Kingston. He has held on to his temper. That has been crucial. And I don't think Danielson expected Eddie to be able to do that.
I think you're right about that. I think Danielson was trying to get Kingston to snap, but it hasn't yet. He hasn't yet, I should say. Man, these take a lot out of your body.
It just drives all the wind out of your lungs. I mean, you get a guy over the heart as well. I mean, it could really affect your breathing.
Absolutely. Sternum, that shot right there was flat in the sternum. It dropped Danielson to his knees.
And the fans react to it. Well, you can just tell that they're getting their whole body into these chops.
Over Eddie's left eye, he's gotten an abrasion. I think one of those kicks from Danielson, perhaps when Eddie was upside down in the corner, caught him, and now Kingston, man, just holding his ground center of the ring.
Danielson's demeanor is a lot different than it was at the opening of this match.
The spit in his face. Danielson literally spit in this man's face.
We are witnessing a war here in the Blue League final of AEW's Continental Classic. Eddie Kingston, Bryan Danielson, a battle of wills. Kingston scoring with those chops, but Danielson is as well.
Yeah, no height advantage. The height advantage for Kingston helps him because he brings his chop down where Danielson has to bring his up.
Oh, kick to the inside of the knee. Danielson changing levels. Smart strategy by the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
Yes,
break them down, break them down, Tony.
Yes, it is. You're right, Excalibur and Taz. Smart strategy.
And Tony, we mentioned during picture-in-picture that Kingston, he's maintained his composure throughout this match, despite Bryan Danielson's best efforts to get Eddie to make an error.
And Eddie, after got kicked on the inside of the knee twice, he's still standing. And Danielson, like, shaking his head, like, no, you're not gonna out-chop me.
Oh my God. These guys are wearing each other out.
And look at the chest of Bryan Danielson. Those handprints of Eddie Kingston all over.
Looks like a corned beef. Or pastrami.
Oh, Danielson, he was waiting for that.
Uh-oh.
And now, shoulder capture suplex. He's got Kingston down, but not out.
Great job right there on that bridge. Almost got, look at the blood vessels are busted up, man, on the right pectoral muscle of Danielson. That's where those chops have been.
The Continental Crown at stake this Saturday night at World's End. Jon Moxley's already punched his ticket to the final. Will it be Danielson? Will it be Kingston? We are finding out right before our eyes. Danielson, he's spat in Kingston's face. Now Kingston returning the favor.
Oh, man, Kingston just looked at him, and Danielson now has kicked into high gear here, guys.
Yeah, those round kicks all over the place. It's like he's a heavy bag. Uh-oh.
Miss, and now.
Got a half.
Yeah,
his arm drag out of it, though.
With a half and half, Danielson counters out there. Kick in the corner, nobody. Oh, big lariat by Kingston.
What a shot.
Kingston moving with urgency. He's looking for that Northern Lights bomb. He hits it. What?
Eddie's advancing.
No! Danielson! A That's how he beat Andrade this past Saturday. That's how Eddie Kingston earned his spot in this Blue League final. And yet somehow, Tony, Bryan Danielson able to withstand it.
Two men that are pushing each other to the absolute limit. I love it. And again, this is what this tournament has been all about, guys. And this in-ring confrontation. My God, look at Danielson. It's not only bloody, it's bruising.
Yeah, the blood vessels underneath the skin. That's what it is. They burst.
And this is what we're seeing right now. This is the physicality, not just of this match, but this entire tournament, this group stage, this month-long round-robin tournament. Who has what it takes to survive? Is it Danielson? The Hurricane Rana counter. Kingston? No.
A lot of near falls.
Rolling elbow? No. Eddie.
He missed.
Oh, swinging a miss by Eddie. I think he may have overcommitted a bit. Psycho knee!
Well, that didn't miss.
Right on the side of the head. The high stack, and Kingston kicks out.
And a second away, Shivani, from Danielson versus Mox at World's End this Saturday.
Just able to flop that left shoulder over while he was pushing off with his legs. Wow, Eddie just trying to, just batting his eye here. Look at this.
Kingston, I mean, Taz, when you stumble like that after a lariat, after you miss a lariat, you were going for broke.
Yeah, you put your whole body through it, the follow through and everything. You're right.
And that put Eddie in a very disadvantageous position. That allowed Danielson to connect that Busaiku knee. But Eddie Kingston gutting this one out.
The confidence right now, you can see it in Danielson's face here. He just, the way he stood up, Shivani, just made me feel his confidence went through the roof right there for a moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes, I guess, here we go, hammer and anvil blows here. Sometimes, you know, we've talked about this before, Taz. In a match like this, sometimes you get a second win, right?
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
Eddie might be out. Ref's got to check him.
Bryce Remsburg, he is looking at Eddie square in the eye.
He said, Eddie, you with us? And Eddie grabbed on to Bryce.
Oh, but Danielson, if he lands these, it's going to be the end of the night. It's going to be the end of the tournament for Eddie Kingston.
Oh, man, the side of the head. He told the fans that Danielson would kick his head in. That is exactly what he's doing.
Oh, these are brutal, Taz.
Yeah, they are. Right across the jawline. It'll knock you out. Ref's checking Kingston. He might be done, guys. Can he defend himself? Let's see. Oh,
yeah. That's all you need from Eddie Kingston.
There you go.
Danielson. I mean, that is a smile. I think Danielson thinking, Skoda, come on, Eddie. What do you got left?
Yeah, I'll do it again. He's going to try to lower the knee here again.
Oh, my God. Half and half.
The half and half. Danielson rolls through, swing and a miss. Roundhouse kicking, caught him on the shoulder. No.
Oh, my God. I think we're one strike away from this match ending.
The Hurricane. There it is again.
That might be the strike that Eddie needed.
Oh, Eddie, he's not done yet.
Danielson's still holding on. Holding.
Eddie, the stack.
The winner of this match and the winner of the Blue League, Eddie Kingston.
My God.
Kingston, the Hurricane. That Kawada-style powerbomb. And now Eddie, not only has he finally defeated Bryan Danielson, he is one step closer to winning that Continental crown.
What a battle between these two warriors in the Blue League of this Continental Classic. Unbelievable battle. Great job by Danielson. What an effort. But Eddie Kingston, man, he won it. Wow, impressive.
Yeah, back on November 18th at Full Gear, he's, I'm going to put my life's work on the line. Both of these titles to make this Continental crown, and now he's one step away.
And the third title, the AEW Continental Championship, the third part of that Triple Crown, along with the New Japan Strong Openweight Championship, the Ring of Honor World Championship. All three titles on the line Saturday at World's End.
Calls himself the king of the underdogs. That's what Eddie Kingston's words. I'll tell you what, Excalibur, this Saturday, he's going to be the underdog again against Mox, unfortunately.
And there we see the Hurricane. And then Kingston, the powerbomb, that high stack, leaving absolutely no question about it. Eddie Kingston. How fitting in the black and yellow, just like Toshiaki Kawada, that powerbomb, punching his ticket to the finals of the AEW Continental Classic.
Eddie is overcome with emotion here, guys, and who blames him, right?
Oh, wait a second.
Down the ramp. A guy with a long relationship with Eddie Kingston and Moxley, who just advanced earlier in the Gold League. There's your finals. It's coming up this Saturday, Long Island, World's End, baby.
Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston, I mean, they've been on both sides of the equation. They've been bitter rivals. They've been best friends. But this Saturday, World's End, live on pay-per-view, they will do battle once again for the Continental Crown. Moxley, microphone in hand.
Speak your mind, huh?
Eddie, all I've ever asked of you, every time I've stuck my neck out for you, put my reputation on the line because I believe in you, fought by your side, all I've ever asked of you is 100% your best. And for a guy who's angry at the whole world and thinks the whole world's against him, you sure do got a lot of people that love you, man. Listen to this building, man. Everybody here in Orlando loves Eddie Kingston. AEW fans all across the country and the world love Eddie Kingston. Every single person in the building on Saturday at World's End in New York City is gonna love Eddie Kingston. They don't care whether you win or lose, but they do deserve your very best, 100% of everything you have in your heart and your soul. They deserve your maximum effort. Problem is, I know you better than you know yourself. I know you can't beat me, and you know you can't beat me. So for my money, you've already lost. You've already given up. You're already making excuses, but that's not gonna fly this time. A couple years ago, I gave you the shot of a lifetime, and I let you off the hook. I let you go out on your shield. I let you die a warrior's death when I didn't have to, because I wanted you to come back stronger, because I believed in you. This time, you're not gonna get one single favor. You wanna be a Triple Crown champion just like all your heroes? You're gonna have to earn every inch. Win or lose,
No. You talked enough, huh? You talked enough. Let me tell you something, dog. Don't come out here and treat me like you're a young boy bitch, Yuta, because I ain't no young boy, huh? Remember something, dog. I'm your senpai. I broke in before you. You're lucky I let you breathe. But I'm gonna tell you something. You're right, dog. You're right. I'm one of the most down people. I hate myself more than I hate anyone else. But on Saturday, the king of the bums is gonna push you. You told me one time when I wanted to quit AEW, you said you are not allowed to quit because we need people like you around to shape the younger guys. So, is that what you want, John? I'm gonna give you everything I have. You better show your fighting spirit because I'm gonna show you mine and I'm gonna bust you up and enjoy it. That's my outline, Topher.
Calling for his own music. Man, there's nobody like Eddie Kingston in this world.
Eddie Kingston, Jon Moxley, one-on-one. The Continental Crown on the line. Live this Saturday night on pay-per-view.
Well, both men are fearless. We know that.
Man, this tournament, it's been a long road, but it comes down to this. And I, for one, am loving it, Taz. But much like it was this past Tuesday, where Eddie Kingston had never defeated Bryan Danielson in his career, there was a different story on Wednesday. Eddie Kingston has never defeated Jon Moxley in his career. Will that be a different story here tonight?
I can't wait. I am fired up. This tournament, Continental Classic, has been sick, man. It's been awesome, and here we are, the finals.
No question.
So this is something we've been working on here. Eddie is a fantastic striker. I'm not gonna lie, he's a better striker than me, and realistically, he's probably a better striker than Mox. But what we have to do, what Mox has to do is he's gotta get close. He's gotta get close to Eddie Kingston in this match.
Yeah, whenever you're a grappler and you're dealing with a really good striker, to your point, Danielson, you want to get close and you want to grab some skin, grab some limbs, and take him down to prevent the strikes.
And interesting, I don't know if you guys noticed, Eddie Kingston is wearing kick pads today.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Toshiaki Kawada-inspired kick pads.
Yeah, I would say that my kicks are better than Eddie's, but his hands are better than mine. His hands are faster than mine.
Now the waist lock.
Yeah, you got some lethal round kicks, dude. That's a nice drop toe hold right there.
Yeah, see, you get close, and Mox has the advantage. Look at this.
Yeah, you want to get some wrist control. Oh, that's because now he's got himself a guard going.
Yeah. We've talked. I don't think Eddie wants to be on the mat with Mox. Look, Mox knows it.
We've talked about the jiu-jitsu training that Jon Moxley engages in, the death jitsu, if you will. But Eddie Kingston, also a practitioner of jiu-jitsu as well. Maybe not at the highest level, but still has an element of submission defense, can surprise a lot of opponents, though I don't know if he'll be able to surprise Moxley here tonight.
Yeah, he won't be able to surprise Moxley on the ground. But that's not his strong suit. That's not how he wins.
Remember their first encounter here in AEW. It was a brutal.
Did you see the feint with the jab? This is what I underestimated with Eddie, is his feints, the way he sets up his strikes. I thought it was clear of some of those back fists, and then they just came and rocked me. See, that inside low kick was fantastic.
Yeah, you took the base out of Mox, headlock takedown, and then Mox with a nice switch.
Moxley immediately transitioning to the head scissors.
After those strikes, he should have disengaged. If I'm Eddie Kingston, I would have disengaged. He took it to the ground. You don't want to go on the ground with Mox if you're Eddie Kingston.
You're right. I do feel like Eddie did that because he knew he took the wheel. I took the base out, so he knew he could take Mox down, but it was a quick, awesome counter by Jon.
Well, that first AEW encounter between Kingston and Moxley, it was the Bulldog choke that ended the night for Eddie Kingston. You know, Kingston, he's had a long time to think about that night, how that went.
See, and I love this. This is just a test of wills right here. People call it a test of strength.
It's not.
And it's not actually a test of strength. It's a test of wills.
Right, nice drop step to a go behind. Snapmare here. Oh! Page out of your book there, Danielson.
That's right.
Kick to the spine. And that...
See, Mox is a great striker, but he's a great striker when you're on the ground. You know, he can throw hands for sure when you're standing, but against Eddie, Eddie's just the superior striker. On the ground, Mox is a superior striker.
Now Moxley feeling the sting of Eddie Kingston.
Oh, now they're just getting in a pissing contest, boys. See, this is... We talked about not getting goaded into this with Eddie Kingston.
But Mox has that temper, though. It's tough with him, right?
Yeah, and I would say if there's one person physically tougher than Eddie Kingston, it is Jon Moxley.
Yeah.
Kingston changes tact, grabs the side headlock. Moxley sends him in, but...
Go ahead!
Neither man...
Changes some shoulder blocks here.
And neither man giving much ground there.
Look at Eddie absorbing those strikes. Oh, my goodness.
Those chops.
Oh, and a chop to the neck.
Yeah, the ridge hand.
Come on, Mox.
Ridge hand, yeah.
Oh, the reaping enziguri there by Eddie Kingston. Moxley.
Smart.
Caught him there right there. That trap. He might have spasmed up on him a little bit.
Okay.
Oh my God, Eddie landed hard. Oh man, hope he's all
Moxley.
right.
His head and shoulder.
He landed really hard. Eddie kind of crashed and burned a tad. He caught Mox.
Yeah, he just grazed him.
Let's take a look here at it, guys. Watch Eddie's head.
But Kingston, the good thing is he waved off referee Bryce Remsburg. The bad thing is he is visibly hobbling right now.
Yeah.
He's triple tough, though. Kingston is.
Yeah, I wonder if Mox is playing possum here.
Kingston?
Yeah.
Kingston
Take
for
him
the
to the
knockout
ground.
shot, but Moxley, the German suplex.
See, and I think Mox was baiting him. Mox was seeing what he had. Mox knew he didn't catch that dive all the way. I'm not sure if he saw his head ram into the barricade.
Now.
Oh, here we go, right here.
Drive him.
Paradigm shift.
There we go.
On the floor.
Right back to that head that
There we
Eddie
go.
hit. Yeah, that was beautifully done by Mox.
And now, just waves of agony going through the body of Eddie Kingston. Driven down on his head like that. You can see he's shaking out his hands, Taz, trying to restore some feeling.
Yeah, we saw that earlier with Julia Hart. When I was saying that when you get a stinger, you get hit in the neck and head, you start getting numbness in your arm. That's why you see that.
I can't believe I lost to this guy. Jesus.
He had you, man. He did it. And you know what? Listen, it happened. You know that. I mean, it just happened.
I know. Come on, Mox.
And you know what he just did? He beat the count. If Kingston was counted out, John Moxley would be earn the Continental Crown.
He wanted to try. See that? He wanted anyone to
tried.
Yeah, he couldn't.
He tried. I wonder here if Eddie Kingston's neck isn't seriously damaged.
He hit that guard real hard, man.
Yeah, and
And that's not just our normal ringside guardrail either. That's a very sturdy LED board out there.
LED board, yeah.
But Kingston. Oh. Those
there we go.
Yeah, Moxley.
There we go.
Covered up.
I wonder if we could see that chop block in slow motion. It looked like his forearm went wrapped right around Mox's block.
I think it did. I think you're right.
As somebody who's broken their forearm, holy cow. There we go, Mox. Attack.
Here comes a slow-mo right now.
Let's see it.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it, man.
That bone-on-bone contact that's always rough.
Oh, Mox has got him cornered now.
Yeah. When Mox is attacking his prey like this, he's fantastic. Pile driver.
Oh, God. Kingston once again driven down on his neck. Moxley covers.
Stay on him, Mox. Stay on him. Come on.
And Taz, Kingston, understandably so, the hometown favorite here in this building, but Moxley has just let the oxygen out of the Nassau Coliseum.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I mean, Eddie's a New York guy. He's from Yonkers, not that far from here.
Yeah, look at Mox turning him over with that single leg crab and now attacking the neck. This is the STF, step over to hold face lock.
Right, and it's a brutal hold.
It's a brutal hold, especially if your neck is damaged.
Biting.
Oh, look at Kingston. Look at him bite. You think that's in the ethics of the Continental Classic?
Definitely not, but by any means necessary. You're in the finals here, man. You got to survive.
I know.
Moxley getting a little frustrated there. Arguing with referee Bryce Remsburg, allowing Kingston to get back to his feet, get back into striking distance.
Yeah, but look, it has less effect after that block.
No,
that was a great chop.
I have to ask you too. We saw in his last Gold League match, John Moxley suffering what many suspect to be a knee injury. Then in the three-way match, the punishment on the knee continued. How has he been able to?
Yeah. Listen, everybody in the continent, holy cow.
That was some chop.
That was some chop.
You don't want to chop.
I have never seen a chop bring Mox to his knees before.
Mox is telling him, hold on a second. He's like, let's just chill for a minute. This sold-out crowd here, Nassau Coliseum behind Eddie.
Yeah, going back to Mox's knee, everybody in the Continental Classic is hurt. But you see Mox, it doesn't faze him. It's not going to bring him down. Come on, Mox, we talked about this. Don't get in a pissing contest with Eddie Kingston.
You see the redness, the welts already raising on the chest of John Moxley.
Yeah. You see, this is just a battle of wills right here. Oh my gosh.
Again, stopping Moxley for a moment with those chops.
Holy cow.
Moxley staggered back by that one.
Oh, that was... See, when they make those weird sounds, they hurt even more.
And that one was below the chest.
Yeah.
I think that was right in the diaphragm.
Man, this is heavy, heavy blows.
These are two heavy-handed men.
Moxley goes to the ropes. Kingston meets him with the lariat.
I would say Mox has got a better lariat than Eddie does.
Yeah, Mox got a great lariat. Nice throw right there. Good exploder. Hot collar throw.
Kingston was baiting Moxley in, but Moxley feeling that surge of adrenaline. He's up to... Oh, Moxley.
Hit him late. Hit him late.
No. Come on, Mox.
Hurricane!
Oh, man.
And Moxley goes down.
Got to cover him, Eddie.
We talked about his knee earlier. It was in the pre-match. God damn. Come on, Mox. Come on. Don't let this bum beat you, Mox. Come on. Come on, Mox.
As Moxley back up to his feet before Eddie Kingston. As Kingston winding up with that lariat. Now those rapid fire machine gun chops in the corner.
Oh, my God.
Punctuating it.
You want 100%, motherfucker?
Oh, Moxley bails out.
That's smart by Mox. Get the hell out of that corner.
You can see the sweat just rising off the chest of Moxley. Kingston.
I experienced this on Wednesday. It's hard to get away from those chops. He just brings them so fast.
Oh, the DDT. Kingston.
Eddie's on fire here.
Up and cutter.
There we go.
Just put the fire out.
Oh, maybe not. The second one. Oh, but what a lariat.
To your point, that's a great lariat, Danielson.
Great lariat.
It really is.
Moxley. Maybe thinking paradigm shift, maybe Death Rider, but instead, Northern Lights bomb!
Come on, Mox, kick, kick, kick!
Oh, Moxley breaks free.
Respect that kick out. That's good toughness by Mox. Oh, get a bulldog here.
Kingston looking for a bulldog choke of his own. This is how Moxley put Kingston out.
Get some wrist control right there. Get that crook of the arm off your throat, Mox.
Yeah, we train bulldog chokes extensively.
I don't know why
with the BCC.
Yeah.
Oh, this is not Eddie's specialty right here.
Hammer and anvil elbows running down, rocking the jaw of Moxley. Now Moxley flattened out. There's the bulldog once again, but Moxley, you see, turns his hips, Tad.
Come on, yeah. Watch him turn his hips. Watch him turn his hips. He's also, you don't realize it, but he's creating space between Eddie's arm and his neck. Do you see his
scooting
fingers?
his hips? Yeah, well, he is, but Eddie should have his ear to Mox's ear to get more tightness. I don't know why.
Absolutely, and now he's around the face.
Moxley pivot his head in to try to go for a pinning predicament, perhaps. No, for a bulldog of his own.
Very good mat work right there by Moxley. Excellent.
You don't want to be bulldog choked by Mox.
No. See how he sits up?
He's under the chin. He is under the chin. And that forearm.
Kingston, he got his hip in under him.
See the difference to the ear of Mox, how close it is to the head of Kingston. That's what Eddie wasn't doing earlier.
Yeah, but Eddie was smart. Look at him. He got his back to the mat, which is important.
But Moxley, he keeps changing his grip.
And changing his angle.
Well, and the problem is Eddie's not attacking the grip. You have to attack the grip of the guy putting that on you.
This sold-out crowd here at the Veterans Memorial Coliseum.
I'm pretty sure I'm right about that, by the way. Attack the grip, otherwise you're getting choked out.
They are firmly behind Eddie Kingston, but Kingston's hopes of claiming the Continental Crown fading very fast.
Yeah, so in this situation, what he needs to do is he needs to create space for his neck.
The hand drops the second time.
One more time and he's done. Come on, Mox.
No, Kingston.
Thought he had him.
I thought he had him.
Kingston still in this. Moxley.
Drop back, drop back, drop back.
Get the legs in, too.
Drop back and get your legs. Ah.
Kingston just, as he was fading, a last-ditch effort to lunge to the ropes and force the break.
Yeah, right now, Eddie's he's tough. He's triple tough. He's got fortitude. Mox is spent because he put it all out here. This is an interesting point in the match here.
And Brian, you know, sometimes if you overcommit with a submission hold, if you hang on for longer than you should, your limbs, they fill with that lactic acid.
Oh, what a shot. And this is the culmination of just amazing tournament. This Continental Classic is a cover.
Kick out.
No!
Look at that. Both guys giving everything they have.
It's so important. Who is going to win the tournament? That's the key here, and he's got him!
Northern Lights bomb again!
Come on, Mox. Kick.
And no! Moxley again kicks out.
Getting frustrated. Eddie's getting frustrated.
I'm getting frustrated.
I don't blame you.
Got a good look at Moxley. He was shaking his head.
Yeah.
I think Moxley equally frustrated as well.
Come on.
The issue for you, Danielson, you have a dog in the fight. Excalibur and I don't. That's the thing, and I understand your frustrations.
Yeah, I've tried to be objective and not be biased here.
Well, you're doing a great job at that. You really are. I really believe that. But of course, you want your guy to win. I don't blame you. Eddie, hey, listen, Mox was my pick from the beginning. I kind of want him to win too.
Yeah, I was going to remind you. You forgot about our bet.
I did forget. Yeah.
Oh, look at these knees to the jaw. Oh, we go.
The lariat we've been talking about.
There was not a lot of wind-up, though.
And listen, he shut down this New York crowd.
He did.
We're going crazy for Eddie Kingston.
Moxley is clutching onto that right bicep.
Well, I could tell you this from experience. You can tear your bicep. I hit Sabu once with a clothesline. I broke his jaw, and I tore my bicep. So it can happen. And that, to your point, Excalibur, that could be what's going on with Mox right now in that bicep.
And he hits so hard with that lariat.
It looks it.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Moxley threw everything he had into that last shot.
Come on, Mox.
Look at this battle here.
You know, but Mox loves this stuff too.
He does, but he's waking up Eddie.
Now headbutts being exchanged back and forth.
There we go, Mox.
Out. Eddie's out.
Yeah, swipe on the way down, but a very ineffective one.
Traditional striking, Eddie Kingston has the advantage. Just brawling striking, I give that to Mox every time. Come on, Mox, break him. Break him.
Oh. Yeah. Uh-oh. Maybe he shouldn't have did that.
Oh, look at Eddie's head movement. This isn't a place we want to be.
Yeah, Eddie was changing levels there.
Yeah.
Moxley.
Oh, no!
Oh, my God.
Kick, Moxley, try.
Two.
Got him. Three. Oh, my God, he won. Eddie won. Holy cow.
The winner of the Continental Classic Tournament and the winner of the Continental Crown, Eddie Kingston.
Oh, my God, I can't believe it. Oh, man, Eddie Kingston did it.
Eddie Kingston put his life's work on the line. He was down 2 matches. After 2 matches in the tournament, everything from there on out was must win for Eddie Kingston, and he did exactly that.
Eddie Kingston dedicated this match to his friend, the wrestler Mad Kurt, who untimely passed. I'm sure Mad Kurt would be very proud right now of Kingston. Man, what an outing by both these men, though.
Brian, can you possibly tip your cap to Eddie Kingston? Not just create a pair of firsts for him this week, defeating you, defeating John Moxley, but winning the Continental Classic, claiming the Continental Crown.
Here's what I'll say. Everybody in the Continental Classic put their heart and soul into this tournament. And I commend Eddie Kingston because all 12 of us
Hold on, wait, I'm sorry,
given
Davidson.
anything to be where Eddie's at right now.
Here's the new title that we've not seen. Sorry to interrupt you, Daniel, so I just wanted to point this out.
That is the Continental Crown. Fit for a king.
Let's see it, Eddie. Wow. That's really cool.
And I will have to say this.
perfect for a man king. Sorry, Kings.
I will have to say this. As a wrestler who idolized All Japan in the 90s, who grew up watching the Triple Crown, I can only imagine how proud Eddie Kingston is of this moment.
Oh, absolutely. Emotion for sure. And I thought for sure Mox was going to get it. But there he is. The man who took it. He took the Continental Classic. Eddie Kingston, the man king, did it. I was wrong. I thought Mox was going to do it.
What a month of professional wrestling we have had all throughout the Continental Classic. And for it to culminate in this. Love to see it.
As you said, man, a ton of history with these two cats. As real classy of Mox right there and Eddie. And Mox leaving the ring to give the ring to the man who won it all right here, Eddie Kingston.
Eddie Kingston, the first ever Continental Crown champion. Mad Kurt, rest in peace. Brian, thank you for joining us here tonight for history. I know it didn't go the way of the BCC, but
Hey guys, actually, you're a class act out here, man. You really were. You handled it the right way.
Do you know what? I'm proud of both of those men for the match. That was a perfect finale for the Continental Classic.
No doubt, bro. No doubt.